To another night of Muskie Football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar along with my partner Ben Nietzel as we have survived our trips up north the last 2 weeks, and we are finally back home in the friendly confines for the penultimate regular season game for the Muscatine Muskies as they host Davenport North. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll break this one down for you as part of the Muscatine Power and Water pregame show. You're watching Muskie Football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest eighth of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Our business is rolling.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially when it comes to the driving experience.
Let's take a closer look.
Our legendary Smooth Track steering provides buttery smooth turns, making maneuvering around obstacles a breeze. Unlike the jerky feel of other options, our Smooth Track steering is so effortless, anyone could make short work of the lawn. Hustler Turf, mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about Pearl City Media. At Pearl City Media.
And welcome back to the Muscatine Power and Water pregame show on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar, along with Ben Nietzel, as the 0-7 Muscatine Muskies, 0-2 in their district, take on the 3-4 Davenport North Wildcats, who are 1-1 in the district. And Ben, you know, North's got a lot to play for tonight. They're still in the hunt, RPI-wise, to try to get an at-large bid into the playoffs.
Yeah, big game for them. Obviously, you know, they want to do what they can to put themselves in position to get into the postseason. That's a big deal for their program. Excited to see what they bring to the game tonight.
And the Muskies looking to play spoiler, and they're going to have to do it with some creativity at the quarterback position. Landon Batty was injured last week against Dubuque Senior, and he is in street clothes tonight. He will not be playing, and so I talked to a couple coaches before the game. There's going to be a mixture at the quarterback position. They wouldn't divulge exactly what that mixture would be, and I totally respect the secrecy. Looks like Darnell Thompson has been taking some snaps in pregame along with Nolan Raker, so we'll see if that has a recipe to be some interesting play calling from the quarterback position, as both of those guys can throw and run with pretty good skill. Also, Ty Kozad, the leading rusher for the Muskies, was injured last week. He is out today as well, so we will see a heavy dose of senior Mason Crabtree in the backfield. So it'll be an interesting night, Ben. You know, some skill positions of importance with some backups, but the backups are experienced players.
Yeah, well, I mean, I suppose that's always the one upside of having a smaller squad, right? Is that everybody's accustomed to playing, everybody's getting reps in practice, and so, you know, I'm sure we'll have some able, very capable guys coming into play tonight. Be interesting to see. I mean, this is a coaching challenge when you've got pieces you've relied on all year doing specific things, and those pieces are all out in the same week. How do you respond? What do you do? How do you move things around? You know, this is a bit of the chess match of the coaching game. What are you going to do? And then, of course, that creates a little bit of uncertainty for Davenport North. I'm sure you watch last week's film or last couple weeks' film and see what Muscatine likes to do. What are the tendencies? Then all of a sudden, a lot of those tendencies are not playing tonight. What are they going to come with, and how is the Davenport defense going to respond?
You know, and defensively for the Muskies, they do have a little bit of a tall tall task, and I mean that literally. 6'4", 210-pound Nolan Mosier, the junior signal caller and trigger man for the Wildcats. 1,100 yards passing for the year, 8 touchdowns, but he does have 6 interceptions. But the strong-arm junior has played a lot of varsity football. He started a couple games even as a freshman, Ben.
Yeah, very impressive kid. Again, I don't get an opportunity to see many of these guys around, and that's a little bit of the curse of the high school. Maybe just in the TV's highlights. Be interesting to see him play tonight and see what he can produce.
Their leading rusher is Giovanni Rivera at 512 yards with 3 touchdowns. And then Morgan Bequith is their leading receiver. But also we expect to see Wiseman, one of the standout athletes for Davenport North, a multi-sport standout. We expect to see him as well for North. Should be a great game. Like I said, North 3-4. Their 3 victories over Iowa City West, Davenport West, and Davenport Central. Trying to stay alive in the playoff race tonight. And the Muskies trying to play spoiler. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back with more Muscatine Power and Water pregame show.
We develop custom marketing solutions for businesses of all kinds. Between radio, cable TV, newspaper, Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads, it can be tough to make sure your business is seen and understood by the right people. Pearl City Media understands that people are everywhere, and reaching the right kind of people for your business isn't so simple. Maybe you want to increase your business's awareness and sell more inventory, or maybe you want to book more appointments, or maybe you need a bump in your lunchtime traffic. Whatever your goals are, Pearl City Media will listen and create a strategic campaign focused on helping you reach those goals. We handle all the strategy, planning, execution, and will update you on the results of the campaign while constantly evaluating the effectiveness of your campaign. So what are you waiting for? Send Pearl City Media a message and start improving your marketing today.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium as the Muscatine Muskies host Davenport North. It's coin toss time. The Wildcats have won the toss and selected to defer, so the Muskies will receive the ball to begin the game. And Ben, again, it seems like Muscatine's 0 for the last 4 or 5 coin tosses as well, too. So we've had lots of deferral situations, which you kind of broke that down why that's an advantage a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I always like to defer unless I had a specific reason not to, just because I prefer to go on defense. Well, first of all, being a defensive coach for most of my career, I like to be on defense. And secondly, two big advantages there. Number one, if you can shut down their offense after just a little bit of, without them getting a first down, maybe just getting one first down, they're going to punt. You're going to end up with favorable field position. That's a big advantage. And then, of course, this is sort of the Aaron Rodgers factor, right? You like being able to maybe going at halftime up ahead and then get the ball coming out of the second half is always a nice advantage to have as well. So, a lot of times you'll see a team defer unless they really like their offense. They want to get out there and go. It's possible as well, but it just depends on the coach.
And the Muskie marching band now taking the field to get the crowd going Again, I failed to mention Cade Sheedy for the Wildcats earlier in the pregame show presented by Muscatine Power and Water. He's a senior who's gotten a lot of carries, played a lot of defense for the Wildcats, and he was a player that some of the coaches mentioned to me before the game that you have to be aware of, number 32 in white tonight for the Wildcats. Nolan Raker, we mentioned him. He's got to get some opportunities at the quarterback position, but also one of the coaches said that they look forward to maybe seeing him create some havoc defensively today as well. Again, nothing to lose for the Muskies. Go out there and try to be spoiler for a perennial rival in Davenport North, one of the Mississippi Athletic Conference schools. Again, Nolan Mosier, the leading passer for this Wildcat team. They want to get it done through the air a little bit, but it is a high-risk proposition sometimes. And Muscatine has shown that their secondary can be active and taking the ball away. It's all those little things. The punting position is going to be interesting tonight, though, because Landon Batty, also the punter for the Muskies, Darnell Thompson, we think is going to be stepping into that role tonight for Muscatine.
Yeah, the Muskies don't need a lot of motivation. Listen, high school football, you get 9 games. You work. These guys spend a lot of time in the off season. They're getting up early. They're coming to events on Thursday mornings all year long. They're lifting all summer. They're lifting all year in the mornings or PE class, getting better, preparing. Start off, your summer as a football coach, a football player ends early. First week of August, you're out there. And so you only get 9 chances to play. So, even though the Muskies obviously had a little bit of a disappointment so far this year, these kids are going to be highly motivated. I always joked, obviously this is a very good Davenport North team. I always liked, trying to heal a little bit when you play Davenport Public. This is a very exceptional Davenport Public, which North has had some great teams the last 10 years. Not all of them, but they've really made some strides as a program. So, but, these kids are going to be motivated. You're at home. Nice sized crowd tonight. Beautiful weather for football. A little bit cool. People break out the jackets. It's perfect. You're not sweating. And so you're going to have a lot of motivation to play, get jazzed up by the crowd. And I expect to see the Muskies come out with a lot of fire and try to get one here tonight.
55 degrees at kickoff. Supposed to get down into the upper 40s by the time it's all said and done here. It's good atmosphere. You mentioned the crowd had the opportunity to be down on the field in pregame as the youth sports football teams were recognized tonight. 3rd grade all the way through 8th grade recognized on the field tonight. It is Little Muskie youth sports football night tonight here at the stadium. And we are just about ready for the national anthem, so we're going to keep it right here as we get ready for that.
Well, those youth programs are very important, Joel. You want to get those kids started young and getting them playing.
Now the band will lead us in the national anthem.
We'll perform our national anthem conducted by Director of Bands, Mr. Jeff Hyde.
Great job by the Muskie Marching Band, who just are coming off a busy day last Saturday as they hosted the Mighty Muskie Marching Band Invitational.
Yeah, how'd that go, Joel?
It went well. It was a good event. 19 bands in town. I was happy they asked me to actually be the MC for that event. So I was here till 11 o'clock last Saturday night doing the marching band. And then tomorrow is the Iowa High School state marching band competition at Brady Street Stadium. So the Muskies will be there tomorrow.
Does somebody actually win that, or they just get scores?
So that one is bands are rated on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being the best score you can achieve, and 4 being the lowest score that you can achieve. Now, a 1 is rated by points as well, so you can actually get what's called best in center. So at all of the locations, you can be the top band at that location, and those bands, I believe, are invited to Des Moines later on in the year to participate in a best of show, if you will, for that. So there's no winner of that. That's not like a tournament, but these invitationals, there are grand champions for those events. So there is your Marching Band 101.
Wow.
As best as I can teach it.
They should think about doing band brackets.
Well, that sounds like an idea. I don't know who would seed that. I have some friends who would probably want to participate in that seeding. I have a lot of band director friends from my collegiate days.
I have none. So don't ask me. Don't know anybody.
But you are a band parent, so that is a good thing.
That's true. We got a 5th grader.
Absolutely.
Got the biggest instrument she could. Why wouldn't you?
Euphonium, baby. It could be a tuba. It could be bigger.
I don't even think they let people have tubas in 5th grade.
That makes sense. 2.5 minutes here before kickoff as Davenport North now takes the field. As the Muskies prepare to take the field, the tunnel has been set up by the color guard and cheerleaders, and we are about ready to go. We'll take a 30-second break, and then we'll be back with Muskie Football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
RIVO has expert plumbers. But did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
It's national.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar along with Ben Nietzel. It is the Muscatine Power and Water pregame show. Remember, you can watch us on the Discover Muscatine Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter channels. Also, watch us at discovermuscatine.com. But make sure, if you are a Muscatine Power and Water cable channel subscriber, you can watch this on Channel 3 in full high definition on Muscatine Power and Water cable. Muskies getting ready to take the field. North is on the sidelines. North won the toss. They've deferred, so the Muskies will receive to begin this ball game, and been an opportunity to get out to a fast start.
Yeah, and also going to answer some questions, right? We talked about in the pregame, what is Muscatine going to do? They've got some key offensive players out, key positions. Are they going to do something different? They can come out more traditional. What's it going to look like? We'll have our answer here in about 45 seconds.
We're still waiting for the Muskies to take the field.
A lot of
coaches have made their way, so the team should be close behind.
Here we go.
And here come the Muskies through the banner. And Turf Monster.
Snipers. Snipers out early today.
Another person to mention in the pregame show presented by Power and Water, number 2, Paul Henry for the Muskies, has really been a bright spot as a receiver offensively the last several games. Look for Paul to be on the receiving end of many passes tonight. He's really been a bright spot on that offensive attack for the Muskies.
Well, number 17, Darnell Thompson, has played well the last few weeks. He's really grown. He's just a sophomore, as I mentioned there, and so it takes a little bit to get used to the speed of the game, but it's really, I feel like he's had some impact too the last couple of games. So for the Muskies, I'm sure they'll try to lean into him a little bit.
So the Muskies will receive the kickoff. Again, Ty Kozad and Landon Batty out for the Muskies tonight. So Mason Crabtree, we think, will get the bulk of the carries in the backfield. Crabtree played a lot last year as a junior at the running back position. He's a stalwart defender in the middle of that linebacking core for the Muskies. as we are about ready to get underway. Muskie student section getting things going. It's just good to be home after 2 weeks up to Dubuque. The Arty's Ice Cream and Grill fan cam will be active this evening, as well as we'll have lots of information throughout the night, including our red zone provided by First National Bank of Muscatine. Kicking off for the Wildcats is Baum. That's taken short by Henry. And Henry breaks a few tackles, and he's out over the 40, so good field position to start for the Muskies.
And again, those kick returns continue to be a strength for the Purple all year long.
Peter Fahn with the short, high kick. And the upbacks for the Muskies, very dangerous as well. Jaime Martinez and Paul Henry. Darnell Thompson getting the start at quarterback with Crabtree in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Thompson's going to take it, and he'll just sweep off the left side. And he's down the sideline, across the 30, the 25, 20. Big run on first down for the Muskies as Thompson adds an extra dimension in the backfield.
Yeah, great run to the outside there. Got a nice lead block and got going to the house. And boy, just a great play from the Muskies, right exactly the way you want to start. And if it wasn't for a big push there by number 32, Cade Sheedy, he might have gone to the house.
Daniel Adams doing a nice job blocking from his receiver position. He's in the spot where Thompson had been playing receiver. Now Raker in the backfield at the tight end H-back position along with Crabtree. Henry and Lane to the top of the formation. There's the give to Crabtree, and he is met right as he received the handoff.
Believe that is the textbook definition of nothing doing.
Number 53, Dominic Wiseman, doing some damage on the inside. Wiseman 6'2", 270. Now we have a false start.
Yeah, a little jump by the Muskies there.
Some miscommunication. And so those are some things that happen when you have a new quarterback. Every once in a while that communication breaks down. So that'll make it 2nd and 15, 2nd and 16. Now Thompson off the left side. He breaks a tackle. Now he cuts back, and he gets ahead again inside the 15-yard line. We are now in the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone. Evans pushed him out of bounds. So it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 13-yard line. Strong first drive here for the Muskies.
Yeah, see the Muskies go with a little screen or something here. They love it.
Now quarterback sweep to the right. Thompson lunges forward. He's going to be just short of the first down. See if this is 4-down territory for the Muskies.
Yeah, interesting decision here early on in this game. You know, do you go for the kick or go for the try to keep this drive alive?
Sophia Thomas, a very capable field goal kicker, but I think the Muskies are going to take a chance here. I don't know. It looks like maybe Coach Hawkins was asking for a measurement. "13 seconds on the play clock, and the Muskies are going for it here."
I like this call.
They give us to Crabtree. Keeps his legs churning, and he's going to have the first down and a little bit more as that Muskie offensive line pushes forward for the first down.
Yeah, nice push by the line to stay with their blocks, keep that play going. And then Kozad, the incredibly strong senior, just tucks in low, pumps those legs, and able to get the distance they needed to get the first down.
So 1st and goal for the Muskies just on the inside 3rd of that 10-yard line. That's
another killer there for the Muskies. And, you know, and you talk about some communication issues without your starting quarterback potentially, but some of that, too, also goes to your line. You know, you got to just know the count and get off on the ball when you're supposed to. This is tough to be in this situation and be driving and you know, dig yourself these 5-yard holes.
So now it's 1st and goal from the 15-yard line. Looks like straight man-to-man from this North defense. And Thompson is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, one issue you're going to potentially have, too, without your quarterback is, you know, the defense is going to figure out very quickly you're probably going to run a lot of run. And so when you put yourself in at 1st and 15, you know, now you're putting a lot of, you know, it's hard enough to get 3 yards on that run to keep moving those chains. If you put yourself in that further position, it just becomes more and more difficult. The defense is already stacked up against you. So you got to really try to play a clean game when you're going to keep it in tight like this.
Thompson fakes the handoff, now gets outside. Breaks the tackle, spins, gets into the original line of scrimmage. Or just shy of the original line of scrimmage. They'll make it 3rd and 11.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You know, when you're not really capable of throwing the ball as well, you'd really like to be in a 3rd and 6. You know, even after 2 marginally successful plays, at least it's 3rd and 6. Here you got a lot of distance. It'll be interesting to see, you know, this is clearly the first sort of you probably should pass situation by the Muskies. Let's see if they got something or they're going to continue to try to run it.
Adams wide left. And Thompson keeps it, tries to break a few tackles. And now we'll see the field goal team come on for the Muskies.
Yeah, a good individual effort there by Thompson. You know, kind of got brought down by Dominic Wiseman, number 53. Just too many gaps or too many holes. He dodged through two North defenders, but then there was just nowhere else to go once Wiseman got up to him.
So Sophia Thomas comes on for the 32-yard field goal.
They're going to bring pressure hard from her left.
Kick is up, and it is no good. Looks like it fell just short. So after a promising drive for the Muskies, they escape with no points. And we'll keep it right here, but they were able to change field position, and now, unfortunately, a turnover. It was a good drive, though, for the Muskie offense.
It's a good drive. It's a good drive, but I'm telling you, the offense, of course, are going to tell them right now. They're sitting these guys down. We're not good enough on offense to give up 10 yards and penalties on a drive and expect to score points. You know, and again, if you don't have that 5-yard penalty, I want to harp on it, but you don't have that 5-yard penalty, that field goal goes in. You've got to play clean football, especially when you've got some injuries and things like that to deal with.
So now Nolan Mosier will lead the Wildcat offense. The give is to Rivera, and now he gets outside, and he steps out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Well, a nice little scoop pull there by number 74, Holden Phillips. Came from his left guard tackle, scooped around the line there, came right up and got a key block on the linebacker trying to fill that hole, and that sprung the running back.
Giovanni Rivera with the big gain on first down. Be 1st and 10 now from the 37-yard line. Give us to Rivera again. He's taken down.
Nice job by Sergio Becerra coming back there. You know, he kind of got the heel depth we talk about. Once that play went by him, didn't give up, turned around, hustled down, and was able to get the running back as he was sort of stuttering and looking to make a cut. That's what you need.
Gain of 6 on first down, makes it 2nd and 4. Mosier in the pistol, 2 receivers left.
Muscatine pressure off the top side of the screen here.
Play action, throws the out. And that's Morales with the catch and the first down. So across the midfield line, it'll be now 1st and 10 from the Muscatine 45. And you can see that arm strength on that wide side of the field out route from Mosier.
Yeah, nice throw.
Here's the give to Rivera. He breaks a tackle. He's got the first down and a little bit more. He's chopped down out of bounds by Henry.
Yeah, nice little play action by Davenport North there. Again, you got to keep your head in it. If I'm a linebacker, I'm trying to read those offensive linemen. Their hats are down, their helmets are down. I'm coming up play run. I'm not worrying about that play fake.
So that run gets it to the Muscatine 27-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. Here's the sweep to Morales. He tries to cut it back.
Nice tackle by Darnell Thompson there. Got up underneath him and got him tackled. Classic Davenport North there. Jet sweep. Bread and butter for those guys for many, many years. Bring that guy in quick motion like that. Snap it. Give him a little bit of a handoff and away he goes to the edge. Pretty good job by the Muskies to defend that.
Yeah, the defense is able to turn it back in, and Coach Adam Height for North trying to build on what's been a pretty consistent couple years here. Now as Rivera gets another first down, he's inside the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11.
Davenport North's always had 1 or 2 or 3 kids that were just tremendous athletic talents. Their key has always been, can their line compete with people, and can they play mistake-free football? And they've done a really good job of that, to your point, the last 7-8 years.
Give us to Rivera off left tackle. He's into the secondary, and he finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Giovanni Rivera.
And again, Muskie's going to be, defensive coach is going to be a little disappointed because guys are in positions to make plays. They got to make plays. So he's a good hard runner, but get low and make the tackle.
The extra point team will come on for the Wildcats. Mosier is the holder. Peter Fan is the kicker. Extra point is good by Fan. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
We are looking.
And welcome back. Davenport North leads 7-0 as Giovanni Rivera had an 11-yard touchdown run to put the Wildcats ahead. Extra point by Peter Fan. Peter Fan now kicking off for the Wildcats. Crabtree and Lane back deep for the Muskies. Crabtree fields it at the 2. Crabtree trying to find a seam, gets it out over the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 22. Darnell Thompson played quarterback the last series and got the Muskies down into the 1st and goal position, but penalties sidetracked the Muskie offensive possession and missed field goal on their first offensive go-round. Raker split out left along with Adams. Here's the give to Crabtree. He now turns it up. And Crabtree's going to have a first down.
Yeah, nice little cut there. Set up the defender with the cut and was able to explode through the hole and pick up the first down. Great little run by Crabtree.
So 1st and 10 for the Muskies from their own 35-yard line.
Nice job of number 58, Brock Garrison, sort of leading the attack there at the point of, really the point of attack as well.
Thompson at quarterback, Crabtree in deep now. Raker resets. This is quarterback power as Thompson over the right side. He gets it upfield. And he is able to get another first down. Gage Avance with a trip up. He got some help from his other safety. So Muskie first down at the Muskie 49. That was just good old-fashioned ISO football, quarterback isolation play there, Ben.
Yeah, Thompson doing a great job running.
Thompson gives it to Crabtree, who gets upfield.
Nice individual,
short gain.
Nice individual effort there by the North defender, number 2, Gage Avance, just coming across the field, reading it, getting into his hip pocket, and making the tackle for basically no gain.
So 2nd and 9 now for the Muskies. Henry and Lane out wide right. Adams and Raker to the left of the quarterback. Darnell Thompson and Crabtree in the backfield. Quarterback draw. Thompson breaks another tackle. And he keeps his feet churning. He's going to be close to that first down. And I think where they give the spot here, they could get this.
Yeah, nice draw play there.
This is close, Ben.
I agree. I know John Each is in attendance tonight. I'm sure somewhere he's shedding a single tear. In appreciation of that nice draw play coming out of the Muskie offense there.
Garrison did a nice job pulling from his tackle position to be a lead blocker there.
Yeah, I like those interior pulls. You're bringing those guys from the outside do a little bit of a scoop pull like we talked about earlier and come up through the hole as a lead blocker. I think it's a really effective way to block, especially at the high school level. Looks like they might be just a touch short.
It's a touch short, so it'll be 3rd and inches, 3rd and maybe 6 inches. As the Muskies looking to keep this offensive momentum.
Be interesting to see if they maybe bring the big boy in. Just try to sneak it with Raker.
And it looks like he might be lining up in that position.
The North defensive line, has been talented and very active. Not the biggest line we've played, so we might be able to get a little bit of movement here. We'll see.
So Thompson lined up at quarterback. Raker in his H-back formation. Raker leads the way as Crabtree picks his way for a gain of about 2 yards. That'll be a first down for the Muskies.
Nice job by Crabtree to recognize where the hole was there. It always makes you a little nervous. You only need 6 inches. You start in pistol, so the quarterback's at 4.5 yards deep. Running back's 2 yards behind him. All of a sudden now you need 7 yards and 6 inches. But good job by the Muskies to convert.
So 1st and 10 from the 40. Raker goes to the right of the formation. Crabtree to the left.
Looks like our right side might be pulling here. Nope.
Now quarterback Keith Thompson. Muskies actually got away with a shift there. As Henry came in motion, it looked like Crabtree hadn't quite reset from his adjustment.
And Darnell's doing a great job. Now, coach is going to have to tell him, though, he's got to stop showing his back to the defense. He gets up into that hole and then just kind of turns and waits for the big hit. You don't want to present that back like that, or it's going to be a long Friday night for you.
So 2nd and 7 now for the Muskies in North territory from the North 37-yard line. Here's the draw again. Thompson, he gets to the sticks and he gets out of bounds. Still takes a shot, but a clean hit by North. He was engaged in the tackle prior to them going out of bounds. But that was, like, to your point, Ben, that was a much better job of protecting yourself as a runner. So that'll be another first down for the Muskies as they get it to the North 29-yard line.
Again, these coaches have got to be excited. These are 2 back-to-back great drives. You're not getting huge chunk plays. You're getting, 7 yards, 10 yards, 12 yards, 3 yards. Really well executed by the Muskies here so far.
Here's the shovel pass to Henry. He reads it perfectly, turns it upfield, but he fumbles. And North will recover the ball.
That's just ball control. He made a great cut, as you said. He was heading kind of wide to the bottom of the screen, saw there was nothing going, sensed the hole back to the other way, made a nice cut, but you got to keep that ball high and tight so that doesn't happen.
Ball got a little outside him as he spun, and a big hit from the secondary for North and jarred the ball loose. So the Wildcats will take over on the turnover as Nolan Mosier and his offense will take the field. They'll have the ball at their own 25-yard line. Give us to Rivera. Rivera cuts it back. Luke Hardy was the first man to get there. Rivera made a nice move. Kwitzel with the tackle. That'll make it now 2nd and 5. Mosier gives it to Rivera, and he is swallowed up. Nice play by the front for the Muskies.
Well, Nolan Recker especially got to heel depth, saw the play going away from him, went right down the line of scrimmage, which you want him to do, and make that play. And again, because you're in a 3-man front, he does not have to stay home. He's got an outside linebacker that's got outside contain. So he reads that play going away. He can go down the line like that, get his big body onto the running back, and make the play. Great play by Raker.
3rd and 4 now for the Wildcats. This would be a big play for the Muskies to get off the field here. Changing the ball out. I don't know if the ball got switched.
No, those both look like North. Those both look like North balls, and they're bringing it back to their ball boy.
This might be the passing ball. I'm kidding. 3rd and 4. As Mosier drops back to pass. He's taking a shot deep, and he is over the head of Morales. Good coverage by Henry and the Muskie team. like Henry and Thompson in coverage.
Yeah, nice job of turning and running with the man, not looking back to the ball too soon, but staying in stride with him, making sure if that ball's thrown to him, you're there.
So the punt team for the Wildcats comes on, and the Muskies will look to get their offense back on the field here. Rivera gets the kickoff. Crabtree fields the punt, breaks a tackle, unable to escape the second man down. It was a nice play there by Owen Stollmeyer. But the Muskies will take over now at their own 33-yard line. So good stop there for the defense.
Yeah, big momentum shift on the turnover towards the Wildcats. Great job by the Muskie defense to answer the bell, come out 3 and out, force the punt, give the offense a chance to go back to work.
That second down play by Raker to be a no gain on the run, really huge to get the Wildcats off schedule. And now Thompson at quarterback will lead this Muskie offense. Just to give to Crabtree up the middle. He's got some green in front of him. A gain of 5 on first down. Rivera with the tackle. Good first down play for the Muskies.
Yeah, that's exactly where we want to be. Second and 6. That's the whole playbook's open.
Trip formation to the left. Thompson fumbles the snap. Ball still loose, and North recovers it yet again. So 2 turnovers now for the Muskies.
Well, and that's a classic sophomore mistake there. Fumbles the initial snap. That's going to happen, but then you got to get on the ball. You're too close to those defenders. He tried to scoop it and make something happen. You appreciate the effort, but just couldn't get a handle on it. Defense gets rushed in by then, and then you refumble it, and then now it's North ball.
Just another chance for this Muskie defense to bow their necks in a sudden change opportunity. This one a little bit more precarious as it is in their own defensive territory, as the Wildcats will take over at the 36-yard line of Muscatine.
Well, they're going to run the ball here.
Pass, play action. Mosier finds Morales on the post route, and there's a flag.
Yeah. Joel, that's why I'm up in the booth now.
I'm just curious about the penalty. It's going to be a face mask penalty? That's really the only thing I could contemplate. Yep, personal foul, face mask against the Muskies.
Great call, though. I mean, again, they've been having so much success with running the ball. I assume, hey, you're going to run it, show the play action, show what people are expecting you to do, and then throw the ball deep. Get yourself a nice gain.
Created just enough of a window there for the linebackers to step up on the play action, and Mosier threw a nice post route right over the top. Now here's the give to Rivera. And he bounces it outside, turns the corner, and finds the end zone. Giovanni Rivera with a 13-yard touchdown run. Or excuse me, a 9-yard touchdown run.
Yep, 9 yards forward, 37 yards to the outside there. Used every bit of the field to get into the end zone as the Muskies pursued him on defense, but just could not keep him out.
So the Muskies were able to stop this Wildcat team after the first turnover, but North able to punch it in the end zone after the second fumble by the Muskies. Peter Fan with the extra point, and we're going to take another break. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Did we mention quality matters?
Welcome to our cut quality center. Let's take a closer look.
Our mowers provide superior
laser precision cut.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. You can see our technical director tonight, 5th grader at St. Mary Matthias Catholic High School, Garrett Kraushaar, running our camera switching for us tonight. as Mason Crabtree takes the kickoff. And he gets it over the 20-yard line.
Mason Crabtree returns the kick to the 22. Tackled by Bryson Antle.
The Muskie offense will now take the field for their third possession. Or fourth possession.
Fourth possession, yep.
First and 10 Muskies from the 22.
And they've been able to move the ball tonight. They need to limit those turnovers. Darnell Thompson doing a nice job literally running the offense. It's been a ground and pound attack featuring a lot of quarterback run along with Mason Crabtree, who gets the handoff here off right tackle. And Crabtree.
Oh, no.
He may have lost the ball.
He
and
did.
North has recovered.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Wildcats.
So the third turnover of the night for the Muskies. And there's an injured Wildcat on the field as well. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Muskie football as North will take over on offense. And welcome back. Joel Kraushaar and Ben Nietzel on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. An injured player for the Wildcats who was able to go off the field under his own power. Ben, too. It's Muskie flavor all over. Kylie Meyer, Muscatine Muskie graduate, the head athletic trainer for the Davenport North Wildcats sideline. So in good hands are these North athletes tonight.
Yeah, great to see Muscatine graduate doing really nice things out there, helping other MAC conference athletes.
As Nolan gets the handoff here, it's through Vera. Gain of about 6 on first down. So 2nd and 4 now.
On the 19, 7-5.
A little upper tempo, a little faster tempo here from North. As Mosier in the pistol now with.
Well, and why not? You got to expect Muscatine's defense is tired.
Play action. Throws it out to Morales. Good anticipation. And good, strong tackle and coverage by Graciano. Morales is saying to his quarterback, hey, can you not throw that ball inside anymore? Although Adams had it covered on the outside shoulder pretty well too, so that was a tight window. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, so we'll take another break. We'll be back with more Muskie football, second quarter action on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Our business is rolling.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially when it comes to the driving experience.
Let's take a closer look.
Our legendary smooth track steering provides buttery smooth turns, making maneuvering around obstacles a breeze. Unlike the jerky feel of other options, our smooth track steering is so effortless, anyone could make short work of the lawn. Hustler Turf, mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back. It's the second quarter here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar, along with Ben Nietzel. as it will be 1st and 10 from the Muskie 13-yard line.
In some ways, things have gone as well as the Muskies could have hoped. It's just those 3 turnovers right now that are just killer.
That's a false start. A little shift there on the defensive front for the Muskies.
Yep, we call that
a flinch.
Call that a stem. So you're going to have a call from your linebacker, stem, or whatever your call is. You're going to have all your guys shift, and sometimes you get the offense to kind of get spooked and jump offside. So nice little call by the defense there. It's a great call to use on 3rd and short as a way to sort of combat those guys that want to go hard count. Sometimes you can make that shift and get the offense to jump and get you out of the situation too.
So 1st and 15 now.
Blitz coming from the top of your screen here by the Muskies.
Mosier back to pass. Ball is bobbled and incomplete. As the Muskies catch a break there. That was he's an impressive quarterback. Cameron Stokes just unable to bring that one down.
Yeah, had the Muskies beat on the slant route there, just couldn't grab it.
Daniel Adams, the corner in defense. He was right on the receiver. He had his hands in there just as the ball got there. So 2nd and 15 now.
Yep, got to get a little safety help on that.
Give us to Rivera.
All right. Nice play by the D. Going to bring up 3rd and long now.
So now 3rd and 11.
Giovanni Rivera, the ball carrier. Tackled by Nolan Raker and Michael Kowitzel.
Kowitzel and Raker with the tackle. It's good when your D-line are the ones making those tackles on the running back.
3rd and about 12.
So 3 receivers. Okay, so now tight end will go to the left of the formation.
Muskie showing man-to-man, nope.
Bootleg. Mosier throws an interception, and that could be 6. That is Thompson down the left sideline, across the 50. 45-40.
He's a big block here. Nice job.
Good block from Henry, and Thompson takes it to the house. Pick 6, Muscatine Muskies. Great play by Thompson.
Yeah, great defense there. You talk about the North quarterback's done a great job all night, kind of left that ball hung up, put it in a bad spot. Thompson steps in front, makes the pick. And then how about the block all the way down there by Paul Henry to spring him? If he doesn't get a good block on him there, then that is not going to the house. Great block by the young man. Got in front of his man, kept his hands inside, no hold, sets up the touchdown.
Rivera gave a great effort to get back and contest the interception, but like you said, Henry there for the block, and now Thomas on for the extra point. High snap. Kick is blocked. Lane did a fantastic job just getting that down on the tee.
A good rush off the edge by North. But that's a big change for the Muskies. I mean, listen, that looked like, hey, it's going to go 21-0 here early in the 2nd quarter. All of a sudden, it is now a 1-score game after the big pick 6 by Thompson. Great coverage in the end zone. Again, same thing applies to other teams, right? Put them in a 3rd and long situation. You know what they're going to do. They're going to try and throw the ball. You get into man coverage. You're able to stay with the guys. Quarterback has a little bit of a floater. Pick it, go to the house, get a big block.
And there was good pressure on Mosier, too. He was not able to really see that side of the field coming off the boot.
That's a good point. And also not able to get out and scramble, right? Sometimes there you get guys covered well, but then when you're especially playing that man-to-man, if that quarterback can break contain, now there's nobody on him. You don't have a spy always, and he's able to get in and you get the 1st down or even get to the house. Great job by the Muskie defensive line. Translates into an opportunity for the defensive backs to make a play, and that they did.
So now Parker Green will kick off for the Muskies.
Got to get used to kicking off there. Just dropping back into his kick return position. It's not rugby, buddy. We score, we got to kick.
So after 14 points off of turnovers for North, the Muskies get 6 on the pick 6. And defense turning into offense for both teams tonight as Green kicks off for the Muskies.
Nope,
Muffed
on
kick.
the ball.
And a great tackle in the open field. Trying to see who that is. That's Graciano.
Yep, nice job by Graciano out there. Little muff, as you said, from the North player, kind of takes his momentum away, and then great pursuit by the Muskies to track him down and make that tackle for basically no gain.
Peter Fan unable to secure the catch cleanly. And sometimes you see that be a trap because you see lanes break down. And a great job by Graciano and the Muscatine kickoff coverage. So now 1st and 10 from the 20 as Mosier, he gives the ball. This is Sheedy now in the backfield. Not surprised to see the North coaching staff ask for the handoff after coming off the pick. Settle down Mosier a little bit. So Sheedy in the backfield. 2 receivers right, tight end right. Play action. And the Muskie defensive front gets home. Sack by a whole bunch of Muskies.
Yeah, it looked like they were looking to run maybe the outside little slip screen there. He wasn't open, couldn't get the ball out. Great job by the Muskies to get in there and swarm tackle.
A little corner blitz coming from Luke Hardy as well from the bottom of the formation. So now 3rd and long again for the Wildcats. There's a revitalized Muskie defense, creating some problems. Mosier back to pass. Low throw. Looks like a good catch there.
Boy,
that's a really nice catch by Morales.
That's one of those you're going to watch that on Monday in the film room and tell your guys, hey, that's about as good a coverage as we can play.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 2 guys on him. They're right where the ball should be. Kid just makes a great individual effort. That's a nice defensive play. It's just an even better offensive play.
Morales and Mosier threw it low and to where only his guy could get to the ball. Here's the give to Rivera.
Little Brett Favre play fake there. Carry it out and throw the fake pass.
2nd and 3 now after the 7-yard gain by Rivera on 1st down.
Again, if you're the Muskies, listen, it was a great play. They gave up the 1st down. Stay calm. Make them march this ball down the field.
Rivera's going to get the 1st down.
Rivera, the ball carrier. Second by Nolan Raker. On the 45.
Raker with the tackle, so it'll be 1st and 10. So now 2 receivers to the right, 2 in the backfield now. Here's the give to Rivera.
Rivera, the ball carrier.
Really been effective on 1st down here this drive, Ben. In the last 2 1st downs, keeping it at 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5. This North offensive line trying to get a rhythm going.
It's a critical down, obviously, in all levels of football, but especially in high school football where you're not able, you don't have the elite level quarterbacks. Being in a position where you can do anything you want on 2nd down really helps you offensively succeed.
A little slant route. Morales, he's a nice little slot receiver.
He is. He likes pointing 1st down when he gets the 1st down. I'm a little surprised they haven't talked to him about that, or, it's a little bit, especially at the high school level, they don't love seeing that kind of thing. But yeah, very nice. Muskie's going to have to figure out a way, how do we take away that slant? It's just too easy of a pitch and catch there.
Play action. Now Mosier feels the rush, but Hardy able to get, there's no receiver in that area. I don't know what the high school rule is anymore, though. It changes so much. And they're going to rule incomplete.
Mosier's pass falls incomplete.
I thought his knee might have been down even when he got rid of it. But good pressure there nonetheless by Luke Hardy. So incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Here's the give to Rivera. And Raker able to full back and make the tackle. Stripped it out after he was on the ground. Good tackle there by Nolan Raker.
Yeah, that looked like that was going to turn into a real big play for North. Did a nice job coming down the line, tracking back, the hustle. We've talked about this all year long. Just really impressed. You get into a situation where you're 0-7. Some things just haven't gone your way. You've got some injuries. But this team has just competed all year long.
Got a flag to the top of the formation here. Illegal formation called against North. So that will make it now a 2nd and 15.
It looked to me like they were trying to do a little bit of an unbalance, but I'm not sure they had enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. And that looks like that's what the flag is. Here's the give to Rivera. Cuts back. He's got some good daylight in front of him. Gets a block downfield. Paul Henry. And we have another flag on the field here. I think we're going to get a holding call on Fan.
Yeah, it's a gut punch. You got him in a second in a long situation just to give that cutback run and just have nobody home again. We talk about somebody's got to fold back in that position, have the backside. Did not have it there and set up the big play, but the hold's going to help the Muskies out here.
So that's 10 yards from the spot. So that's going to be, it's going to make it about 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7, but still a big break for the Muskies there, and brings back a big play for this North offense. Just over 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Finley puts the ball on the 32.
So make it 2nd and 6. After the 27-yard run is called back on the holding call. Tight end left. Here's the give to Rivera. And Luke Hardy setting the edge hard from his corner position.
Yeah, Luke's done a nice job. They brought him on some pressure a few different times, and he's been very successful doing that. I expect to see the Muskies continue to bring Luke until somebody figures out how they're going to stop him.
So 3rd and 6 now. As Hardy limits to no gain. Actually, looks like they've moved Hardy into an outside linebacker position. Pressure from Crabtree. Pass is caught. That's K.O. Parrott. And he'll get the first down. Henry saves an even bigger gain.
Yeah, just too big of a bubble there in the middle of the defense on that one. Your safeties were a little too deep. Your linebackers didn't get quite deep enough. Again, probably concerned about run on 3rd and 6 and just opened up a hole for North to take advantage of.
Give to Rivera. Spin move. He's stacked up by the 2nd level after a gain of 5. Maybe 6 on first down.
Ball on the 12.
So 2nd and 6 from the 12. And now the Muskies calling a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout along with them. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
And welcome back to Muskie Football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar, along with my partner Ben Nietzel. RIVO Plumbing and Heating, bringing you Muskie Football all season long, along with Bear of Muscatine. We're about 5.5 minutes away from our Muscatine Lawn and Power halftime show. And Ben, right now the Muskies trying to keep that one-score deficit here as their defense trying to keep the Wildcats out of the end zone.
Yeah, you dig deep here. Listen, it's you're back against the wall. The good news is there's less things to worry about, right? The deep ball's out of there. They don't have to worry about that. So what can you do here just to shut these guys down and keep them out of the end zone, put yourself in a good position.
And Rivera has been doing most of the work from his running back position for North. And he gets the handoff now off the right side. Another flag.
Now, I think this might go against North. It looked to me like that stiff arm went right up into the face mask.
Either that or it's a hold on the right tackle. I'm not 100% sure, but.
I don't think, he didn't seem to me like he blocked anybody.
And some of the Muskies are.
Great job by Mason Crabtree, though, there to get off his block and come up there and meet the man.
But it looks like the ball is being, I don't know what they're doing. They're calling a face mask against the Muskies.
Oh, boy.
And that is a personal foul, and it will be an automatic first, or it will be a first down. It's a half the distance to the goal. Advances it.
Now we're up here, but I had the binoculars out. I'll tell you, I did not see a Muskie face mask. I may have missed it, but looked to me like North took the hand. You know, you can stiff arm a guy, but he went right up into the face mask of the Muskies. So very surprised by that call.
So now Mosier, first and goal. He gives it to Rivera. He's going to get a couple yards. He'll be tackled at the 2-yard line. If you're just joining us on the last offensive possession, Darnell Thompson had a 98-yard interception return for touchdown for the Muskies. We'll see if North keeps it on the ground in the red zone here this time. They now have it 2nd and goal from the 3. There's the give to Rivera. He bends it back over the right side, and he's going to be held just short of the goal line. So the Muskie defense lives to fight another play.
3rd and inches. It'll be interesting to see if North, if they have to go from pistol here, if they're going to be in the shotgun, or if they're going to be able to, get under center.
A 6'4", 210-pound quarterback. Quarterback sneak from under center is going to be a pretty effective weapon. That looks like that's where they're going. And here's Mosier, who falls forward into the end zone for the touchdown. That's a good weapon to have on the goal line when they have that big of a quarterback.
Yeah, they made that look real easy. Again, like you said, big, strong, athletic kid, got in behind his offensive line. Muskie's probably got to clamp down a little bit more into the A-gaps there, put a little bit more pressure. Looked like they really just kind of had their nose there, and that's a big ask for Becerra.
Fan with the extra point attempt, and it's good. So North will take a 21-6 lead as we take a quick break here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network as Fan kicks off for the Wildcats. And that is Lane who gets it. He's got a 97-yard return for a touchdown, and he gets it out over the 25 to the 27-yard line. Good return by Lane. So now Darnell Thompson and this Muskie offense will take over. Henry and Lane at receiver, along with Daniel Adams, Raker at tight end, and Crabtree in the backfield for the Muskies.
We'll cover 3 out of Davenport North here.
Thompson keeps it. He goes over the right side. He gets out of bounds after a gain of 3.
Out of bounds at the 33, 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 for the Muskies. Now Thompson rolls out to pass. And he just throws it away. No one open. Henry well covered downfield. Thompson took a shot there after he threw it. I thought it was a couple steps late.
Be interesting to see the Muskies got some kind of, really need some type of play action. The north corners are responsible for deep thirds, but obviously we're running the ball so much. Those guys are looking to fly up and make plays. If you can get something where you get them coming forward and send a guy vertical, I don't know if that's a ball we can throw tonight, but it's there.
3rd and 7 now for the Muskies. And they're going to take a timeout to discuss some of those options, I think, right now, Ben. And we're going to take another quick timeout, too. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Our business is rolling.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially when it comes to the driving experience.
And welcome back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Kraushaar, Ben Nietzel. It's 3rd and 7 for the Muskies, who've called a timeout. This is a pretty big 3rd down conversion here for the Muskies right now, Ben. Trying to prolong this offensive drive.
Well, agreed. And you don't want to give the ball back to North, who's had some success moving the ball on you. This would be a great opportunity. I mean, it's always a good time to get a first down, but really here, to your point, if you can march this ball down the field in this 4 minutes that are remaining and punch the ball in and go into halftime in that scenario, that's going to be fantastic.
And the Muskies haven't had to punt tonight. The only time they've given the ball back to North, they've been on the 3 fumbles.
Yeah, it's always the upside of dropping the ball 3 times is you don't have to punt.
So a little halfback pass. And I think they're saying the Raker's saying he got face masked. And I agree with him 100%. I don't know how that gets missed.
So they, to what we talked about, they tried to do something to pull those corners up. The only problem I have, I love the play call. It's got to be a little longer. It was so, he got the ball and took 1 step. Sometimes we always joke on defense, if you run those things so quick, we're not smart enough to figure out what you're doing before you show us you're not actually doing it. So you got to run that just a little bit more delayed and let that defense start to come up before you pull up and throw it.
So now Thompson will punt. And that is
hit somebody. There it is. Grab it, baby.
Muskie ball as that hit the North player. And the Muskies able to take advantage of the special teams mistake as Cameron Stokes unaware that the ball hit his shoulder. And the Muskies will take over in Wildcat territory. And Landon Batty, the starting quarterback for the Muskies, out tonight with injury. He's also the starting punter. So Darnell Thompson stepping in both roles this evening. And the Muskies catch a break there.
Yeah, just a very fortunate break for the Muskies. Again, with the North kid, it hits him. He just didn't seem to know what to do. He just kind of kept his cool. But everybody saw it. Good job by the Muskies. Heads up, jump on the ball. Get your offense back on the field.
Henry in motion. And then a fumbled exchange. Thompson that time wisely able to jump on it.
Well, and that's, again, they're running some read option, which hopefully we'll talk about next week a little bit what that means. But, there's a lot of intricacies of there where quarterback's got to put that ball in the running back's belly and kind of lead him and make a read, and that's hard to do. It takes a lot of reps, a lot of practice, and you can see that's something Thompson has not done a lot of. He's doing yeoman's work out there trying to make it work, but sometimes you're going to have those difficulties. And that running back's really got a responsibility to make sure he gets in the right position because Thompson's eyes have to be on the defender that he's trying to read there.
We got a flag now. We have a sideline warning, I believe, on North. Sideline warning on North. So
I wonder what they were fired up about, or if they were just maybe they were in the white. I mean, I know that was been a point of emphasis for the last couple of years. You notice a lot of the high school fields have these big white stripes painted on the sideline. That is supposed to be a no-fly zone for coaches in an attempt to keep the officials' path clear.
Thompson back to pass.
Oh, no.
Throws it up. Henry, though, rescues it and makes the catch. But Thompson took a shot.
Yeah, they just brought the blitz off the edge. Nobody saw it coming. That was not necessarily, I don't know if the line was supposed to slide on that or if that's Thompson's guy to pick up and bring somebody in to help him. But again, you got an inexperienced quarterback back there. You know, that's what defense is looking for right in that situation.
Gage Avance with the pressure.
And that's tough because Thompson, tough kid, trying to make the throw, sees the open receiver. Problem with that is as you're in that throwing motion, you're very exposed. It's a clean hit. Kid's coming in hard. That's football, but tough one for our young quarterback out there.
So we're going to take a short break. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about Pearl City Media. At Pearl City Media, we develop custom marketing solutions for businesses of all kinds. Between radio, cable TV, newspaper, Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads, it can be tough to make sure your business is seen and understood by the right people. Pearl City Media understands that people are everywhere, and reaching the right kind of people for your business isn't so simple. Maybe you want to increase your business's awareness and sell more inventory. Or maybe you want to book more appointments. Or maybe you need a bump in your lunchtime traffic. Whatever your goals are, Pearl City Media will listen and create a strategic campaign focused on helping you reach those goals. We handle all the strategy, planning, execution, and will update you on the results of the campaign while constantly evaluating the effectiveness of your campaign. So what are you waiting for? Send Pearl City Media a message and start improving your marketing today.
3rd and 12.
And we're back as Thompson able to come off on his own power. It's now Nolan Raker in a quarterback for the Muskies. 3rd and 11. Raker with the quarterback draw. He's going to try to push the pile as much as he can, and now North will call a timeout to try to preserve some clock for their offense, as it will now be 4th and 11.
Those listening to the Nits Blitz a few weeks back, that was an example there of a man under cover 2. North took their underneath guys getting 3rd and 12 towards the end of the half. Not a lot of time expecting the pass. Their underneath guys all matched up man-to-man on Muskies receivers. Your 2 safeties have deep halves. They can also come up and do a little run support, which they were able to do when they read the run. Make that defensive play there.
I'm going to take this time to draw people's attention to one of our sponsors, Youth Sports Foundation, doing a special event here 2 Sundays. They are having a lacrosse camp, a free lacrosse camp for grades 5th through 8th. You can go to youthsportsorganization.com and check that out. Ben, it's they're bringing some lacrosse potentially here to Muscatine.
Yep.
And
interest.
An opportunity for those kids to play some lacrosse.
We'll say this though, my oldest daughter just completed on Thursday YSF volleyball. Had a phenomenal time, great coaching, learned a lot of skills. And then my second oldest daughter did some YSF cheerleading. I know they come to some of your guys' YSF football games and cheer, and she had a great time with that. Fantastic program, great opportunities for kids to be involved in stuff that's local, stuff they don't have to travel for really. Just tremendous opportunity. Very, very pleased with the program and so glad to have that here in Muscatine and many of the other communities in Iowa in which they operate.
Well, I do know the Iowa High School Athletic Association and Girls Union are looking to add lacrosse in the next couple years as a varsity sport at the high school level.
I'd like to see them get into rugby, Joel. That's my only issue there.
As Raker back to pass on 4th down, throws it up for Henry. Oh, and Henry almost able to bring it down. Good play by number 19 for North.
Yeah, Nolan,
That's
nice.
Trent Richardson.
From Arkansas?
No, for North,
okay.
the quarterback, Trent Richardson.
Oh, my bad. Listen, Raker's throwing a double coverage. I like that, though. You throw it deep, you need something good to happen. You're on to 4th down anyway. It's going to act like a punt. And great job by was it Paul Henry there?
Yeah.
Elevated up and almost made the catch over the top of the guy, even in spite of the double coverage. So almost a big play from the Muskies there.
Yeah, Richardson just able to knock it out of Henry's hands at the last second. And now North will take over at their own 44-yard line. Morales in motion. The give is to Rivera. And Raker and Hardy able to bring Rivera down.
Or at least stop his momentum.
Rivera's a good runner. He's a good back.
Absolutely.
So a 1.5 yard loss, we'll call it, 2nd and 11. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Mosier back to pass. Dangerous throw over the middle. Now Henry with the interception.
Great pick. Made me a little nervous though there. Got the pick and kind of had that ball flailing out there, but great pick by Henry to step up into the errant pass and another turnover for the Muskies. Can we do something here? A little under 2 minutes.
So now this Muskie offense, Thompson back into the game, which is good to see.
Yeah, he played some defensive snaps there.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Mosier just a little dangerous high over the middle of the field. That's a recipe for disaster.
Well, and Paul Henry, saw what was coming, slid into the zone he was supposed to be into, and picked up the ball, and great play.
Raker and Thompson in the backfield. Thompson fakes it. Now he is tackled for a big loss on 1st down.
Yeah.
Unable to turn the corner.
That's where you get the old Sharpie out and just draw a line on your play call sheet there right over the laminate so you can't see that one again.
Take that one off the menu.
Yeah. You don't want to accidentally get into that.
It's now 2nd and 18. As Crabtree now back into the ball game at running back. Adams, Raker, Henry, and Lane, the receivers. Crabtree at running back. Here's the give to Crabtree, a little sidestep move. And now Mason gets some yardage. It's about 7 yards back.
Yeah, chopped it in half basically.
So 3rd and 11 now, under a minute to play. The Muskies with 2 timeouts, North still with 1. 20 seconds to go on the play clock. Fake the shovel. Thompson now tries to get outside, and Weissman does a nice job of running down from his defensive tackle position.
You can see here if the Muskies try to milk this down and.
Well, I think they can actually.
Right, but will they try to get it down and maybe
Hail Mary?
Do a Hail Mary? Or are they going to content to just let this thing go to the half?
I was a little surprised we didn't see a timeout by North there.
Well, you're getting the ball. They're getting the ball to start the half.
Yeah. And the Muskies are actually just going to play the percentages, keep it a 2-score ball game, not let something crazy happen at the end of the half. So that's going to take us to halftime. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with our Muscatine Lawn and Power halftime show, where we've got a pretty special topic to talk about.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road.
And welcome back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Kraushaar along with Ben Nietzel. It's your Muscatine Lawn and Power halftime show as the Muskies trail Davenport North 21-6. And we'll break down what's happened here in the first half a little bit later. But it's a special night here tonight, Ben, as the 2001 Muscatine Muskie team is being honored here at halftime. And we just heard some breakdown over the loudspeaker here. But one of the captains of that team was a gentleman named Josh Schuler, whose parents still live here in Muscatine. Josh, now the head strength and conditioning coach for the Detroit Lions in the NFL. And Josh was able to record a video for us this week. And we're going to play that right now. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about that 2001 Muscatine Muskie playoff team.
Hey, Muskies, how we doing? Josh Schuler here. Really wish I could be back there tonight for that 2001 team. What a great season that was. Want to say how thankful I am to be able to grow up in that great community. How thankful I was for all my teammates, with the great group of guys we had to be able to have that great season together. And what a blessing I think it was for such tremendous leadership we had in Coach Each and our entire staff. Best of luck to the rest of the season. Go Muskies. Hey, Muskies, how we
Just take that sweatshirt off.
And we are back here at halftime on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. So happy to get that message from Josh Schuler, a very proud Muscatine alumnus who's doing some great things in the world of football with the Detroit Lions. Won a national championship as an assistant at Auburn as a strength coach. And but Ben, you were a part of that coaching staff, a youngster on the coaching staff during that time. This was really a special season. I remember following it from college.
Yeah, great to see Josh up there in Detroit, biting off kneecaps with Motor City Dan Campbell, and just nice to follow his career and see such good success from a Muskie, and really just one of the best kids I was ever around.
Absolutely.
Great attitude, hard worker. Yeah, that was my so I started teaching and coaching here in Muscatine in 2001, the fall of 2001, which was a great honor for me to be able to come back to my alma mater and be here. And so really two things really stand out about that season. And, of course, as you coach for a long time, things start to run together, and you try to remember, I talk to kids, see them out in the community. What year did you graduate? I'm trying to remember who you played with, those kind of things. But that first year or two really stick in your mind because it was all brand new and fresh. And so in that season, we really interesting. The first, of course, was tragedy. September 11th hit, right into the beginning of that season, the beginning of my teaching career. And I'll never forget one of my most probably prominent memories ever from coaching football was, if you recall, on that Tuesday, they had grounded all air travel.
Yeah.
And President Bush was in Nebraska at a kind of
at Offutt Air Force Base.
Yeah, and so we were at football practice that day, just trying to have a little bit of normalcy and continue on with our day after the events of that morning, and saw Air Force One fly over the practice field here, coming from Nebraska to Washington with the 2 fighter jets, and you knew who it was because everybody else was grounded for the day. It was very amazing to be a part of that. But that year we played a really unbelievably talented Burlington team for homecoming, which usually you like scheduling Burlington for homecoming. For Muscatine, that was a pretty good chance to win. We'd started to have some success going back to Jerry Teal showing up in the mid-'90s there and winning some games and having some success. Of course, then 1990, we went 4-5 my senior year, which is 95. 97, they had the very successful year, won the MAC, kind of got hosed a little bit there, playing in a sloppy mess up in Brady Street.
I played in that game. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, very good team. And then we had the transition back to John Each in his second stint as head coach. And so played a great Burlington team that year for homecoming. Got destroyed 45-10 at homecoming by Burlington, who had 2 tremendous slot back runners. One was Ichabod. The other kid's name escapes me, but both just incredibly talented. The great linebacking core, strong line. Again, beat us. We didn't have a bad team. Weren't great, but wasn't a bad team. And 45-10 whipping at homecoming. That said, kids played well all season. Got some big victories, especially victories over PV and North Scott, to set up a 6-3 record, and that was enough to qualify for the playoffs that year. And so, first round of the playoffs. Back then, you only had 8 teams from each side of the state get in, 16 total. There was 4 MAC teams and 4 MVC teams. Our first round was back a rematch against Burlington, this time down in the pit, down in Burlington. Halloween night, went down there. Now, that year I wasn't with the varsity till we got to the playoffs. I was coaching freshmen, and part of coaching freshmen at that time, before huddle and all this stuff we have now, was I would go and video every single week our next opponent. And the way the schedule worked at the MAC back then, we followed Burlington. Whoever they played, we would play that team the next week. So I spent half my Friday nights that season down in Burlington, down at the pit, watching those guys play and just seeing how talented they were, filming them playing people, enjoying obviously the tremendous culinary experience that is the pit, best in the MAC conference, probably the best in the state.
First place I ever had a walking taco.
Oh, and if you start with that walking taco, it's all downhill. I mean, it's a tremendous walking taco. But I digress. So we be down there and see those guys, and then got a chance to, once the season was over, really start to work with the varsity coaches, and guys got to work. I remember you would find out then on Friday night, and you'd have to play again on Wednesday. Like I said, Halloween Wednesday night. So right away Saturday morning, start breaking down film, come up with a game plan. Coach each come over, talk to the defense, go over, talk to the offense at another place. One of the things, tidbits we learned in that game is, Burlington, like I said, had tremendous offensive talent, especially at their wings. But we noticed every time those guys were going to get the ball, they would adjust their gloves. So if they were going to run the jet sweep, if they were going to run a toss sweep with some motion, you'd see the kid. I mean, like clockwork, we saw it on film. They'd start unstrapping and strapping their gloves, getting ready to get the ball, or wiping their hands on their pants.
That's a little tip.
So we were able to start figuring out. We'd start calling out the runs during the game on which way they were going to go. And Muskies played a tremendous effort down there, worked hard, had great fan base, traveled down. Of course, I know people talk about the Dome, but I think the Pit down in Burlington is the best high school sports experience in the state of Iowa, certainly for football, maybe all around.
Especially when Burlington was good. I mean, they had some really good teams there in the late 90s, early 2000s.
It's just a super cool setting. They got the cannon that always scares people that aren't ready for it. And so great team. The Muskies go down there to play them. Led by Vaughn Burkhamper, I believe, was the quarterback that year for us. Kyle Murray was all-state receiver. John Each, we used to run kind of a spread offense. Our idea there being to we weren't as physically strong as some of the teams were playing. We kind of spread them out and have less guys in the box. Again, I joke in some of the broadcasts we've done, but again, a lot of quarterback sneak, or quarterback draw, I should say. A lot of quick screens. John loved that. John loves the shuttle pass. Those kind of things. Brian Sauser was calling the offense. Of course, Brian went on to head coach at Iowa City West, head coach at, I think, Grinnell.
He's
at Ames. So, had a good career in his own right. And then defensively, we'd run a 4-3, but a lot of times we walked that guy up into a 5-3, especially against Burlington with what they were doing, and just had some nice standouts on that side of the ball. Matt Granberg playing a defensive end for us. Sophomore Nick Ferrer, who of course would go on to play at Iowa State, was in the linebacking core. Mike Plank, senior, tremendous defensive lineman for us in the interior, very difficult for people to deal with, and had a great game. And so the Muskies able to overcome, again, a 45-10 beating earlier in the season, get a victory 17-13. I'll never forget, my brother played some linebacker, was coming off an ACL tear, was also the long snapper. And so we had a real critical punt at the very end of that game, 17-13, real nail biter, and he had to snap that ball 14 yards. I know the only person probably more nervous than me in the stadium was my father. and just great snap there, got the punt away. Played some defense, won it out, got the first, and this is the 20th anniversary of the first. That is the first playoff win ever by a Muscatine Muskies football team. A tremendous accomplishment by those guys. Again, to hang in there, to get big victories against PV and North Scott, and then to go down to Burlington and sort of redeem themselves on a game where they got absolutely throttled, like I said, on homecoming, and come back with the W and advance. And then, of course, back then you get that first win. Now you're going to get a nice trophy. You can still see that in the trophy case there in the hallway. And just a great team effort, great coaching. I mean, coaches put a ton of time into breaking down that film, finding those tendencies, figuring out what offensive stuff would work. Real gutsy performance by the Muskies, and just a great opportunity to celebrate those guys tonight. I think Kyle was here. I saw Edgar Arceo, who's the new Muscatine girls soccer coach, but a great opportunity to celebrate those guys and their accomplishment and what that meant to Muscatine football.
Yeah, and I remember a sophomore in college, following that game, my dad on the sidelines, part of the medical staff, he called me after the game to let me know that they had pulled it off and that there was a win, because this was before internet radio. There wasn't any way to track it for me on the other side of the state. So a fantastic celebration. And again, those guys were the sophomore team when I was a senior, or that was that senior class. So as you know, we practiced together. So it was fun to watch those guys grow and advance and turn into such a fantastic team. So
I see Coach Joel Holmes is up here in the booth. Coach Joel was part of the coaching staff for that big accomplishment. He used to always give that guy a hard time, pretend like the headphones didn't work so he couldn't hear us. But just a lot of great coaches, a lot of great memories with the kids and the things that were established. It was great to have John come back and find success, much deserved, because he was such a great football mind, and just had a great program and lifting. And so great memories. And again, great celebration to think back 20 years ago, get that first playoff win. And that really set the stage, those kind of few years before it. And then to get that validation, that playoff win for Muskie football for the next 2 decades of expecting to be in that hunt, to be expecting to be 6-3, 7-2, even better if you can. And where can you go? What can you do in the playoffs?
And then 2 years later, that sophomore class, as they were seniors, they ended up in the Dome. So I'm sure in a couple of years we'll be celebrating that team as well. Great recap of the 2001 team, the first ever to win a playoff game in school history, as the marching band wraps up their performance. We're going to take another short break here during the Muscatine Lawn and Power halftime show, where I'm going to be joined by John McBride, the new girls basketball coach here at Muscatine. We're going to talk a little bit about an upcoming camp that they have coming up.
To see Hustler quality for yourself.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
We are looking for a...
And welcome back to the Muscatine Lawn and Power halftime show. I'm Joel Kraushaar on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We have a couple minutes here, though, to talk about a really cool event. I'm joined by new Muscatine Muskie girls basketball coach John McBride, who's coming to Muscatine after being an assistant at Blackhawk Community College. And John, first off, we're just happy to have you here in Muscatine. And we're going to blink, and it's going to be basketball season before we know it. And you're having a kind of an opportunity for the youth of our community to get to know you and your program here coming up.
Yeah. The season starts on November 8th, so it's about 3 weeks away. And 3 weeks from this Saturday on November 6th, we're going to have a free basketball clinic for grades 2nd, 3rd, and 4th will be from 8:30 to 10. The 5th and 6th graders will be from 10:30 to noon. And the 7th and 8th graders, we're going to meet from 1 to 2:30. And we're going to have a lot of the coaching staff there and some of the girls to help out. And we're just going to kind of introduce ourselves, try and have a little fun, work on a few fundamentals, and, try and get a little excited about basketball season. All the sports have been losing a little bit of, participation over the years, and we want to try
and that's something that's not unique to Muscatine. I've been talking to people across the whole state. Participation is just down, and I think this is a great way to maybe energize some of our youth programs.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter where I've been. I've been coaching for around 30 years now, and it just seems to have just gone down, in the last 10 or 15 years. But, we want to, a good successful program obviously starts with the youth program. So we want to keep it and make it alive again and try and get Muscatine girls basketball back on the map here. So
yeah, and it's your first year in the program. What has it been like coming to Muscatine so far? How's this initial experience been?
So far it's been fantastic. I've only had some open gyms, and of course I've worked football games here, but I've gotten to know a lot of the girls through open gyms, and their parents were actually in charge of the second half of the concession stand, so a lot of the mothers and fathers are over there working, and so far it's been an absolutely unbelievably pleasant experience for me. It's been fantastic. The kids are wonderful, the parents are wonderful, and everyone likes me so far, but we haven't really started the season yet.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you take over a new program, especially, someone who I cover the basketball teams as well. Susan Orvis choosing to retire and move on to a new phase of her life, someone who's so well respected in the community. And they always say it's hard to fill those roles, but I have heard great things in the community already with you and your program. And the nice thing is you get to just come in and just do it your way. And that's getting that clean slate is not a bad thing.
No. And I have heard a lot of good things about Susan too. I didn't know her very well. I didn't know her at all, as a matter of fact. And I'm glad that everything was, that she just went out on a high note, and that everybody was, that she was well respected. And I'm hoping to be able to do the same thing. We're very involved in volunteering and stuff as a team, and we want to, I'd rather see fantastic team-oriented young ladies and young women as they go forward than I really care about great basketball players. Even though I hate losing more than I love winning. So,
but I will say though, as a former coach myself, when you have people who understand how to work together as a team, whether it's helping, clean up a house or a yard, doing landscaping work on a volunteer day, it's amazing when it comes down to brass tacks and you need a clutch play in the fourth quarter of a basketball game. They already know how to work together. So there's a lot of athletic value in what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's very important. I always tell great teams love one another, and I think it's so important. The chemistry of a team is almost as important as your, having the best athlete, having the best basketball players. It's always good having the best athletes.
Yeah,
so.
And it starts from the top down, and this is a great chance for all of the girls in our community who are interested in basketball to get some of those fundamentals. And guess what? Maybe you don't have any interest in basketball. This is a great way to get that interest through that youth camp.
Yeah,
and where did you say again that camp is going to be held?
It's going to be at Van Heck. The
Van Heck Center. So just right over here.
Yeah, and it's free, and we're looking forward to seeing as many young ladies as we can get. So we have a nice facility there. Muscatine has fantastic facilities. I mean, look at this place.
Yeah,
this is wonderful.
Great.
So, but I really appreciate you having me on.
No,
Thank you
thanks.
so much.
Coach John McBride, our new girls basketball coach here at Muscatine. You're going to be hearing from him a lot more as we bring you Muskie boys and girls basketball throughout the season. Thanks, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
We'll take another. Well, we're going to keep it right here as the Muskies get ready to kick off here for the second half. As Parker Green takes to the field to kick off here. Peter Fan back deep for the Wildcats. And so now Parker prepares to kick off. High kick. Fan's going to take it at the 18. And he is going to break a tackle and get it out to the 30. A nice job there by Paul Henry and company to get Fan down. And so they'll make it 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30, 1st and 10, Wildcats.
So the Muskie defense looking to create another turnover. They had 2 interceptions, one that was returned 98 yards for a touchdown by Darnell Thompson. Paul Henry with the other interception. And now we have an offsides call on the Muskies.
Offsides against the Muskies. 5-yard penalty.
So that 5-yard penalty will make it now 1st and 5. Big thank you again to Muscatine Lawn and Power for bringing you our halftime show. Also, Let's Eat Catering and Muscatine Community Y for bringing you Muskie Football. Pass is complete out to Morales. He's got some blocks. So the quick hitter turns into a 1st down, a gain of 12 on the play as the ball advances out to the Wildcat 46-yard line. 46-yard line.
46.
So 1st and 10, up-tempo attack here from North. We'll have West next week. Mosier back out to Morales again, who breaks another tackle and is forced out of bounds. And so the tempo now going extra fast. You can hear the North coaches trying to push that tempo ahead, trying to strike fast and aggressively here. Now the Muskies are going to call a timeout to curtail this tempo. So we'll take a short break. We'll be back with more Muskie football.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
And welcome back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar along with Ben Nietzel. It is third quarter action, and North has come out firing here. Muscatine calling a timeout. North 2 quick tempo screen passes to Morales from Mosier, resulting in near 1st down gains. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 across midfield at the Muskie 45-yard line. And as Muscatine tries to create a stop, Morales goes in motion, and the Muskies jump off sides. And that'll be another 1st down for North off of the miscue from the Muskies.
Offsides against the Muskies.
So 1st and 10 now from the Muscatine 40.
And that's a Wildcat, first down.
Mosier runs the Wildcat offense. He's now in pistol. Rivera back behind him. This give is to Rivera, who breaks a tackle after Jaime Martinez met him 4 yards deep. He's able to spin and just turn what would have been a 4-yard loss into about a 2-yard loss, making it 2nd and 12. Good play by Martinez to break into that backfield. Mosier back to pass, throws it up the seam, and now Henry's going to get called for a foul or a penalty, and I don't agree with that at all. He was playing the ball. Flags came in from multiple locations. And they're going to call a personal foul, unnecessary roughness against Henry. And I know that we're trying to make the game as safe as possible, but Henry's arms were extended up above his head trying to deflect the pass when he made contact. I'm a former defensive back coach and defensive coordinator, so there's my bias in this equation. I felt like that was a clean hit from Paul Henry. And unfortunately, the officials did not agree with me, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for the Wildcats. Mosier fires it out to Morales, who's forced out of bounds by Thompson. It'll be a first down. And now 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. So on this first possession of the ball, the second half for the Wildcats, they're kind of methodically bringing it down the field. Here's the give to Rivera. And he is tackled by Martinez after a short gain. So under 11 minutes to play here. 2nd and 9. And Ben, this has been a methodical outing here for this offense, and this helped by a couple penalties, though. 2 offside penalties and the unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, a tough penalty there on the unnecessary roughness, but.
And that's going to be a touchdown catch by Cameron. Excuse me, that is Cameron Stokes for the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, give North credit. That's a great way to open the half.
And they did it really with short passes, a little bit of that quick game. Muscatine called a timeout to try to draw something up and defend it, and then they started to go to that slant, skinny post type game.
Well, and it's been there all night for them. There's been some gaps, obviously, in the defense. And, you know, that's what you're able to create when you've got a great runner. Defense is going to have to suck up and try to stop that, and that's going to open up that stuff just behind the linebackers, and North's taking advantage.
Now Peter Fan with the extra point. We'll keep it right here. So North leads 28-6, and this Muskie offense now tries to right the ship here after what they hope to be a very positive kickoff return, which has been a real strength of this team this season. See if they can continue some of the momentum that they had early on in the first half.
Yeah, got a lot of opportunities and taking advantage of those opportunities by really being very effective on this part of the game. And so, like, set yourself up here in a good position and see if you can't make something happen. But you're going to have to figure out which side you're on first.
And the Muskies 3 fumbles in the first half to North's 2 interceptions. One of those interceptions resulting in the Muscatine score, a 98-yard pick 6 by Darnell Thompson for the Muskies as Peter Fan kicks off. That kick is going to be bounced short at the 15, fielded by Crabtree, who gets vertical, and a nice little return there by Crabtree.
Yeah, nice job by the senior. Again, you know, sometimes you get so busy figuring out where to go, where's the hole at, where's my blockers, that you end up not getting any yards. He just got the ball, got up, little cut, gets it up almost to the 30, not terrible starting field position for the Muskies, and let's see what the offense can get going for us here.
So now Darnell Thompson at quarterback, Crabtree at running back, Braden Lane and Paul Henry out wide at receiver, Nolan Raker at tight end. Thompson with the draw. He passed the break attack on the backfield, tries to turn the corner, lowers the shoulder.
Hello,
as he's
Vicar.
forced out of bounds.
Tough from the Muskie sophomore there.
So that'll make it now 2nd and 7.
32, second about 6.
It's got an equipment timeout. So they try to fix the shoulder pad issue. And so now it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Muskies. Thompson gives it to Crabtree, who's met in the backfield. Weissman with a good tackle. No gain on 2nd down. Make it 3rd and 7.
2nd and 7, or 3rd and 7.
Actually, looks like when the Muskies have brought in 2 extra offensive linemen here, Ben.
Mm-hmm. Putting 9 in the box.
So now Thompson goes off right tackle. Sheedy, the first guy there.
Darnell Thompson, the ball carrier.
And the rest of the North defense for a loss of 3, so that'll make it now 4th and 10.
Well, and you can start to see North responding in kind by getting 5, 6, 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage. And this is where great effort by the sophomore running the ball, but if you become one-dimensional, especially after halftime when they have a chance to get their guys in and talk about it and they've seen what you're going to do, it just becomes really difficult on the offense because the defense pins their ear back and they're just going at you. It gets real hard if you can't throw that ball a little bit.
Thompson to punt. That got tipped, I think. And now Fan will scoop it up and try to get a big return here. And he's got the corner. He stays in bounds, and Peter Fan won't go down. And he's tackled at the 15-yard line. He kind of squatted down like a little lost boy in the back, and Peter Fan gets to the 15-yard line.
I like that. I was going to go with a "Do you feel like I do?" but that might have been too obscure for anybody under 38.
I'm over 38, and I'm not quite tracking with you.
Yeah, it was a tough reach to Peter Frampton. Sorry.
Oh, got it.
Yours was better, Joel.
I'll take it. I'll take any kudos I can get. So with a good return, it's now Wildcat ball in the Muscatine red zone. We got another flag here. Let's see if this is a flinch by North. Snap infraction. The stem again from the Muskies coming out on the change. Both coaches have to be a little frustrated with the amount of procedure penalties that they've seen from their team.
Well, especially week 8. Now Muscatine, maybe you can make a case. You got a new quarterback, and it's just – but, yeah, you get to week 8, and especially North, if you think you're going to be a playoff team, you cannot have these silly mistakes.
Play action. Mosier throws it to the corner. Incomplete.
Mosier done hard by that one there. That's one that receiver really needs to help him out. That was a great throw. You throw on the fade, which means your outside receiver's running hard in a straight line. He's just going to start to drift to the outside. That ball was perfectly thrown. Like to see that. I know the North's going to want to. Coach is going to see that be a catch for a touchdown. Good news for the Muskies, though. I don't mind seeing the drop, Joel.
So 2nd and 15 now for the Wildcats from their own 20. Play action to Morales in the slot.
And again, they're kind of simulating the RPO there. They're giving you kind of that look where, hey, it's a run pass option. It seems to me.
I think that's straight play action.
That's a token nod to the RPO there. But hey, it's very effective. And again, when you've got a great runner, that sets that up because the defense has got to respect that. They're even on a 2nd and long, they got a guy who's explosive that can get you those yards. Sets up the pass.
Tight bunch formation. Mosier back to pass. Now he's going to think about running. Throws it to the back line of the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage from the Muskies.
Yeah, nice job. Muskies in the vicinity there. Paul Henry, good coverage, and just a little too tall for the North receiver. But again, credit that to the Muskie coverage. If where they're at, they're going to force that ball to be only in one place where you can catch it. Unfortunately for North, that place was where he couldn't catch it. It was just a little too tall.
So that'll bring up third. Or fourth down, actually. North going for it here. 4th and 2. Mosier back to pass. And he's high. Let's see if there's any flags.
Nope.
No flags.
Really
and
surprising
the Muskies will
call.
take over on down.
Really surprising call for me there. It's 4th and 2.
They've been running it so well.
Well, and you've had 3 passes in those 4 plays that didn't get caught, didn't have any success. I know you've had some success throwing it, but obviously you're on a compressed field there. Boy, I think you just give it to the big back and let him do his magic and see if Muskies can stop him there.
So with under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, the Muskies will take over on downs deep in their own territory at their own 8-yard line.
And let's credit the defense. I mean, nice job hanging tough, being in positions, making those tough throws.
They were tight windows.
Tough throw, tough catch, because your defense is where they need to be.
And now Nolan Raker in a quarterback. He's going to do the draw play, and Nolan falls forward for a gain of about 2 yards. And Nolan did take a bulk of the snaps in relief after Batty went out last week.
Well, we know Nolan can throw a little bit too, so the question is, does this give you that dimension like we talked about? If they're going to put 9 guys in the box and make you throw it, you got to be able to throw it then.
Raker sweeps to the left. He's got a blocker in front of him in Garrison. And now Nolan will push the pile forward, and he'll have a first down. And we got a flag here, and they're going to call a late. This is a frustrating.
That was
this is a little patty cake personal foul that they're calling here, and
boy, Evan Frankie there, I just hustling to me and getting after it, and that feels a little bit like over officiating.
I would agree. Also by the body language of how the flag was thrown. So, but nevertheless, the penalty happened, and so we'll see how they spot the ball and what down it is, because the first down was gained, so it's a dead ball penalty.
Yeah, I mean it'll be first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10, or do they move the sticks and then?
A dead ball, it should be 1st and 10.
Okay. So it is a first down, 1st and 10. So it essentially is a gain of about, or a loss of 2, but a first down. So now Raker and the offense will hit the reset button. And now Raker runs off the right side again. And then he throws his own shoulder into the defender. And some physical running here and blocking. And Frankie just pancaked his guy again, using that flag as fuel.
Muscatine sideline fired up as they should be.
So now 1st and 10 across the 30-yard line at the Muscatine 34. Raker turns it upfield. Again, the 6'5 senior falls forward for a gain of about 3. And where Darnell Thompson has a little bit more speed in the run game from the quarterback position, Raker not a slow back or a slow receiver quarterback by any means, but he adds a little physical dimension to this.
Yeah, he's a bruiser.
And now Nolan gets upfield. It's going to be close. He'll be across.
That's a first down.
He'll have another first down. Cade Sheedy with the tackle.
And it's a Muskie first down.
Keener and Lane, the receivers to the left. Henry and Lloyd to the right. And now over the right side goes Raker, and Sheedy with a nice play, playing off the block. And he gets Raker tackled for a loss.
And I think Muscatine is going to want to run to their offensive left as much as possible. You get away from Sheedy, and then also you're going to run towards your big boy, Brock Garrison, out there at left tackle. It's really doing some nice work. But you got to keep it a little balanced. I mean, again, you got to show them. You got to show them a little bit of the right side, right? Set up the left.
And now Raker gives it to Crabtree. But a big blitz there from Wildcats.
It's so tough. I love the read option. I really do. And I hope to talk about it next week. But the problem with it is it takes a lot of timing and it takes a lot of practice. And so when you get somebody hurt and you got to put kids in that don't have those reps, it's really tough to run because it is a timing thing. You got to make a read. You got to have people in the right position. You got to learn how to give that ball and take it. It is a tough skill, and you see that on these exchanges. They just don't have the dynamicism that you need.
Raker throws the screen to the right side to Paul Henry and gets a good chunk of the yardage back, making it a 4th and manageable here across midfield.
Great play out of the Muskies. Little throw. Again, you're getting a nice cushion because Davenport's not expecting it. Raker delivers a nice ball. Paul Henry has really done a nice job for us all year of making some catches in clutch situations. And I like this call. Listen, you got to go for it.
Oh,
here.
absolutely. 4th and 4 for the Muskies. Raker goes off the right side. He's going to turn the corner, have the first down. Nolan Raker does a lot of work himself. Got some nice blocks on the outside and converts.
Yeah, nice individual effort there. Again, I don't love going that way. I think you want to come up and run this ball back to the left as much as possible, especially in that situation. But Nolan does a great job there. To your point, couple nice blocks out there by the receivers and just willing that first down to happen.
So now it's 1st and 10 across midfield. At the north 43-yard line. Raker with a stutter step move, just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. As Wiseman completely shot in from his defensive tackle position and disrupted that play. So 2nd and 12 for the Muskies. Just a little bit more than 3 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Nolan Raker. He'll run left. Gets a block from Frankie. Now he turns the corner, breaks a tackle, and another first down run for the senior. You talked about those pullers earlier, Ben. The Muskie offensive line moving well on those plays.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they're getting after it. They're not the biggest, strongest, most physical kids. If you can get them into some space and create some good angles for them to block, they're doing a really nice job all night long, and especially on this drive of putting the Muskies in a position to be able to gain ground.
And Evan Frankie, just a sophomore, doing some nice work. Playing from the center position, pulling from the center spot.
Yeah, and really, I mean, quite a few sophomores contributing all across this team this year.
Now Raker runs left off tackle, and he's going to fumble. That ball popped right out of his hands. Looked like the helmet ended up right on the football.
Yeah, and he just kind of was swinging it out there. Sometimes with those tall kids, you try to get some balance. Got to keep that thing high and tight, little loose, and nice play by North to put a helmet on the ball and just couldn't hang on.
So the 4th fumble of the night by the Muskies, 2nd one inside the red zone. Turns the ball over and brings the North offense back onto the field.
It's just hard. It's not a good way. It's not an easy way to overcome 4 fumbles.
Hand off to Rivera. He cuts back. A gain of 3 by Giovanni Rivera. Making it 2nd and 7.
Tackled by Nathan Beatty and Michael Nietzel on the 18. 2nd and 6.
So under 3 to play here. This Muskie defense has done a nice job all night trying to respond after these turnovers. Rivera goes off tackle. Oh. And Rivera able to get the first down.
Such a great job by number 45, Xander Dayton, there to scrape down from his linebacker position. You just got to keep going. He did all that. We talked about this at practice. So as you tell a kid, you do all the hard work. You stepped up, you made the read, you slide, and then he kind of just stopped. If he would have just kept going, he had that tackle for a loss.
Quick throw out to Morales. And Adams rallies up for the tackle.
Nolan Mosier's pass is complete. Receiver is
Actually, Garrido in on the tackle there from the corner position. So 2nd and 6. Play action. Throw again intended for Morales, and it's incomplete. So 3rd and 6 now. Third quarter action here brought to you by Youth Sports Foundation and the Muscatine Community Y. As Mosier drops back to pass. Pass is tipped. Looked like Kwitzel who got his hand on that one.
Yeah, really nice job by Kwitzel there. Again, you always teach those defensive linemen, if you can't get in and make the sack, get your hands up. Kwitzel, nice tall kid, good wingspan, got the ball up there, knocked it down, got the deflection, prevented the catch, and that's going to bring up the punt.
Riots and Rebels Salon also bringing you Muskie football this season. Morales with the high punt and a getaway call from Crabtree.
Oh, no.
Crabtree is able to scoop it up, and it was a high-risk proposition there by Crabtree. But he was able to catch it and prevent maybe 6 or 7 yards of roll. So understand the intent.
High risk, low reward.
And that's the discussion there. And I've coached returners a lot in my coaching career. And you always tell them, catch the ball, catch the ball, catch the ball. But there are times where you just want them to get away.
Well, and if you make, he kind of called his guys off.
Yeah.
Once you call your guys off, then
you got to
let it go.
Yeah.
That's right. You've made your decision, right or wrong. You've made your decision, no problem.
But
stick with your decision.
Crisis averted and some yards saved in the special teams. And now Raker will take it off the right-hand side. And they're going to call a horse collar tackle.
Yeah, the dumbest call in football, but it was a horse collar, and so I'm glad that they called it, but it's just stupid. I mean, I don't think anybody's been hurt by a horse collar in 12 years ever since, what's his name, retired from the Cowboys.
Roy Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll take it, like you said, if you're a Muskie fan.
It's on the books. It's on the books.
And he was slowed by an illegal hold, so that was, ultimately why the penalty exists.
I mean, I guess. I just feel like you're grabbing a guy, shoulder pads, jersey, whatever. I'd love to see a video of some. I don't want to see a video of somebody in high school getting hurt, but does one exist? I just don't understand why they continue to have it, but that's fine. Helped us out, and again, on the books, and it was one. So good job for the Muskies there.
Ooh, Raker hands it off. And Wiseman, folks, that is a fantastic play by that young defensive tackle.
Oh, jeez.
Split the block, met the back right at the mesh point, and a great, clean tackle. Just
was so quick, it almost looked like those ones where Steven Seagal yells at guys and they fall down. I mean, that's a decleater.
Crabtree was definitely under siege on that one. And under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Second and 14. Raker on the draw. Flag on the play. Coming from the side judge. I'm guessing this is in the holding vicinity, or
it'll be interesting here. If I'm defensive coordinator on North, I'm thinking I might like 3rd and 10.
They're going to take the yardage.
Yeah, I mean, I also don't mind second and 25.
Yeah. Especially back in the shadow of your own goalpost. It's a win-win proposition for the defense.
It's hard to make a bad choice there, right? But hey, this is where Muskies, let's make them pay. Let's make them pay for giving you an extra down here.
Shovel to Henry. He turns it up the field.
Oh.
And he fumbled. North saying they have it. Henry coughs it up, and it'll be Wildcat ball in the red zone now at the 16-yard line.
Again,
some really good tackling there by North, too, though. They're attacking that ball.
Absolutely. I mean,
those are takeaway. That was more of a takeaway. The last two have been really great tackles.
For sure. Still, that's the second fumble on that play. I think, again, the Sharpie's probably coming out. And it's too bad because if that defender's not there, there's nobody else. If that kid doesn't make that great play, I mean, I think Henry's off to the races.
It's now North running back on late as Mosier gives it to the back. That's number 21, Jashawn Lewis, the junior. And young kids, if you're watching, Lewis, a little confused, had the wrong hand up on receiving that handoff. So North lucky they didn't turn the ball over themselves there on the exchange. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter, as we'll be back with some fourth quarter action here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Did we mention quality matters?
Welcome to our Cut Quality Center. Let's take a closer look.
Our mowers provide superior
laser precision cut quality
for a perfectly manicured lawn.
Let's break this down in science terms. This grass is cut good. This grass is cut not as good.
Hustler Turf. Mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network as the Muskies looking for a miracle here in the fourth quarter. As it says, 2nd and 4 from the Muskie 11-yard line, 12-yard line.
Need a wish granted here.
2 wide receivers left. As Mosier in the pistol. Little motion there. Little premature on the motion for the Wildcats.
Yeah, a little substitution for the Wildcats. Looks like 27. Owen Stolmeyer is in at the running back position there for him.
Mosier's still in at quarterback. As it is youth sports night here at Muscatine. As Mosier fires it out to Morales, who breaks a tackle, dives for the pylon, and he is just short.
Well, and tough there. Garrido was doing a nice, he's just a little bit deep. Got caught a little deep. They threw the quick out. He came up as fast as he can, try to make that tackle. And nice little move by the North receiver to just kind of olay him. And otherwise, it's just tough.
Morales is a really sudden receiver. He's quick.
Yeah, he's been very, very impressive tonight. First and goal from the inches.
Mosier's going to keep it and score the touchdown. And so North able to score. And will make the lead 34-6. Peter Fan on for the extra point. So we're just beginning the fourth quarter here. The extra point, we have a flag on the play. I don't know if 12 men in formation or delay. I don't know what's. Has to be on the defense from where it was thrown. It's the back judge who threw it, so he's pretty well versed on what the rules are of everything. Illegal participation against the Wildcats.
Illegal substitution.
So they'll back up 5 yards on the extra point.
They'll move the ball back to the 8 for the try.
So now Peter Fan again for the extra point. This will be a 25-yard kick. High snap. That kick is blocked.
Nice rush by the Muskies there.
So what turns out to be a very costly penalty keeps a point off the board. And now the Muskie offense will take it after this kickoff. We'll take a short break and be back with more Muskie football.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Our business is rolling.
And we're back. It's fourth quarter action at Muscatine Community Stadium. Joel Kraushaar and Ben Nietzel on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network as Peter Fan looks to kick off for the Wildcats after the Nolan Mosier touchdown run. Mosier's second touchdown run of the game. Fan kick. That one's going to find...
Oh, what a great kick.
What a good kick. Yeah, good kick. I thought it was going out of bounds. But Crabtree picks it up, gets out over the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you can't blame Crabtree on that one. That thing died and hung. Should have gone out of bounds. Should have gone in the end zone. Instead, died about on the 3.
Yeah,
great kick. And I'll tell you, if you're at home watching this game on Muskie Power and Water and in high def, I'm sure you're appreciating as much as I am some of the best helmet decals ever there at Davenport North. That shiny gold helmet decal looks tremendous.
The Wildcat. As Raker now in a quarterback. Darnell Thompson started the game, played fantastically, but Muscatine trying to reduce some of the wear and tear on their players, and Raker now comes in, and he gives it to Crabtree. Crabtree with a game of 4 there.
And, you know, Darnell ran his guts out all game, but again, like we talked about, it didn't feel like they had a lot of confidence in throwing the ball, and you don't have to throw a lot, but you got to throw a little because once North figured out, hey, they're not throwing at all, and they get a chance to go into halftime, make some adjustments, there's just nothing there. With Raker, he doesn't throw a lot, but he can throw, and he throws some nice balls. That's going to keep the defense honest and set up some of your running plays.
Raker rolls out right. Intended for Henry. And not just the thrower of the football. Raker was actually at Notre Dame this week on a recruiting visit for his prowess as a thrower of the discus and the shot put. So outstanding multi-sport athlete for the Muskies. Also received an offer in football from for Cornell University, the Big Red in the Ivy League this week. So 3 receivers right, Raker in the backfield with Crabtree. And they'll run left. Raker turns the corner. And he's going to be just short of the first down, but that's going to make it a 4th and 1.5. Again, the Muskies with 5 fumbles today.
Well, and that's the tail of the game. I mean, you look at 34-6 and you think, boy, another bad outing. Couldn't be further from the truth.
Yep.
Offense has moved the ball. Defense has made some plays, had some takeaways, including a pick 6 to the house. Putting the ball in the dirt 5 times and North recovering those is just backbreakers.
So Raker off right tackle. He's going to turn the corner and try to get to that first down. He has the first down. And then about 5 more. So first down for the Muskies.
Well, and great play call there. Get the big man into space and, just say, hey, we're going to ride this guy to the first down here, and there's nobody on North that could stop him.
The Muskies' offensive line has also done a nice job today. Been asked to do a lot.
Yeah, they really have. I agree.
And now Sawyer Zeck, sophomore quarterback, into the game. He's going to line up, though, at the quarterback position.
North showing the blitz off the top of the screen here. See if they come. Nope. Drop in. Bring a little inside blitz. Very nice.
The give to Crabtree. And what Zek does, that now allows Raker to be a lead blocker from his usual position of tight end.
Yeah. And I love that defensive call there by Davenport North. You show the outside blitz, snap the ball, you drop that outside linebacker back. Now you're going to bring a little combo blitz with your inside backers that they're not looking for. Really nice play design.
Paul Henry and Lane to the right. Daniel Adams spread out wide left. Here's the give to Crabtree.
On the other, sorry, go ahead, Joel.
And the ball does come out, but they're going to call him down.
The other big casualty here tonight, with the offensive changes, has been Paul Henry. Like we talked about in the pregame, kid's been doing a really nice job of catching some great balls and getting himself in position to make some plays. It's just not a great way to get him that ball out to the outside right now, and so that's going to take him a little bit out of your offense, which is too bad because he's really had some nice catches throughout the year.
And I'll also say something about Paul. He has officiated several of our Youth Sports Foundation games this season, and he does a great job with the youngsters, too, officiating those games. Those guys are donating their time, and so it's good to see these high school kids doing such a good job outside the stadium on a Friday night. And a big sack there. That's number 24, Bryson Antle, a sophomore, now into the ball game for the Wildcats. And that'll make it 4th and 20. Cesar Garrido into punt.
Trying to improve on his average here. See if we get a big boomer.
Good kick from Garrido.
There we go. Nice job.
Oh, Fan.
Uh-oh.
Got some blocks in the back. Flags all over. Laundry time. As Fan finds his way over the 25-yard line, but 3 or 4 flags. And I'm guessing that this is coming back. Yes, blocking the back against the Wildcats. So a good punt by Garrido. And Fan with a good return, but it was aided by a block in the back. And this go ahead, Ben.
Daniel Adams was hobbling off there for the Muskies, looked under duress, but looks like might just be a cramp, which would be great news.
So many of these Muskies playing both ways. Some of these guys have played every snap tonight, special teams included.
Well, looks like we're one guy short, so hopefully we get somebody else coming out here to play D on this play.
Then we move the ball back to the 30. It's 1st and 10 North.
Mosier still playing quarterback here for the Wildcats.
We appear to still be short a guy.
And now the Muskies are going to call a timeout. And we'll take a break with them as they sort out their personnel here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially when it comes to the driving experience.
Let's take a closer look.
Our legendary smooth track steering provides buttery smooth turns, making maneuvering around obstacles a breeze. Unlike the jerky feel of other options, our smooth track steering is so effortless, anyone could make short work of the lawn. Hustler Turf, mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about Pearl City Media. At Pearl City Media, we develop custom marketing solutions for businesses of all kinds. Between radio, cable TV, newspaper, Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads, it can be tough to make sure your business is seen and understood by the right people. Pearl City Media understands that people are everywhere.
And we are back here at the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. It's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats of Davenport North. They give us to Stroheim. He's off right tackle. He's got a seam, and that is a big gain for the North running back. Strohmeyer, excuse me. I confused my German suffixes in the name there, Ben. I apologize.
Donka.
Mosier gives it to Strohmeyer. And he is tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice little wrap up and tackle there by number 45, Xander Dayton.
Make it 2nd and 10 now for the Wildcats.
Xander Dayton on the tackle, 2nd and 10.
Mosier gives it to Strohmeyer. He's chopped down after a gain of about 6 by Jaime Martinez.
Yeah, and then Xander Dayton again comes in and kind of polishes it up. Do a nice job, number 45, being real active in there. Getting a couple different defenders in right now for Coach Hawkins' defense.
Give us to Strohmeyer again, who's strung out by Martinez. Good team tackling there from the purple and gold.
Yeah, Crabtree in on the tackle as well. A little power out of Davenport North there. Pulled the guard tackle from the offensive left to the offensive right. Muskies did a nice job, recognized that. Linebackers flowed with them, made the play.
So now they'll make it 4th and 2. Wildcat offense on the field to go for it. Mosier in the pistol.
Same play.
Gives it to Strohmeyer. Good stiff arm. And now he's going to turn the corner. There's a flag, though. I think he turned the corner so easily because there was some holding going on.
Great stiff arm by Strohmeyer.
Yeah. Holding against the Wildcats, so that touchdown will come off the board. And that's going to make it 4th and 10, 4th and 11, depending on where they mark this thing off from. Stiff arm's kind of a lost art, but 27 in white doing a clinic. So the penalty will bring the ball back to the 44-yard line. We'll see if North thinks about maybe punting here.
Willie Argo delivered the greatest stiff arm I've ever seen.
We don't talk about him.
Well, we call it the old hand of God play. So I'll say no more.
Mosier is going to keep it now. And he does not execute the stiff arm, and a good tackle.
Well, and he's going to go over to the sideline, and I guarantee you the head coach, Joel, is going to tell him that, hey, we're running the read option. They're all gives. They're all gives now. You do not be pulling the ball and trying to run on 4th and 11. And I don't know if they're not punting because they feel like they're not secure on that, and they just want to kind of, you know.
Yeah, well, it looks like they've got some of their other guys in trying to get them some.
But you do not want your starting quarterback pulling that ball and running there. That is an automatic give.
So now the Muskies will take over on downs at the Wildcat 46-yard line. Sawyer Zeck, the sophomore and a quarterback, played nicely in that sophomore game. He fires it out to Henry.
Not a bad little ball from the sophomore.
Sawyer, a lot of upside for him. If you remember a few years ago, his older brother Cooper Zeck, a tight end for the Muskies, now playing at Coe College. So Sawyer Zeck with Crabtree in the backfield and Raker at tight end. Give here is to Crabtree, who's got some room to run. Gets a block outside. Crabtree's across the 30, the 25. And tackled just shy of the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone. They're saying he stepped out at the 24, but a good run from the senior running back.
Yeah, great run by Mason. Found some space, good hard running. And again, one thing we've liked about Mason all year long is his ability to go north and south. And by that I mean we get upfield and get as many yards as possible. Doesn't spend a lot of time screwing around trying to find holes. He just finds something and goes.
Crabtree again off the right side. He's going to have a couple yards there on first down. Strohmeyer with the tackle.
On the 22, 2nd and 8.
Muskies have been in this position just outside this First National Bank of Muscatine red zone several times tonight. A couple fumbles, though, deep in North Territory.
That's really the difference.
Zek with Crabtree. Zek gives it to Crabtree, who turns the corner. He's got Frankie lead blocking. It'll be a first down, and inside the 10-yard line goes Crabtree. So it'll be first and goal for the Muskies in the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone.
You know, and it's in those earlier situations, it's not just turning the ball over, but it's that taking those points off the board, the points that, you know, you're putting together a good drive, you got all the momentum, you're pushing them backwards, you're expecting to score, and then instead they get the ball and there's no points. And that changes the whole complexion of the game.
4:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Zek to Crabtree. And Crabtree's fighting for some extra yards, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 5-yard line.
Well, they're really working him here on this series. They got to dig in a little bit of that wrestling, a little bit of that wrestler stamina here, and if he keeps getting the ball and just kind of finish out this third round.
Yeah, you mentioned Crabtree is a great grappler for the Muskies. Off right tackle. He's going to turn it up, and he's going to find the end zone, and there's going to be a flag for an unnecessary roughness hit.
A little extracurricular.
That's number 24, Bryson Antle, with the extracurriculars after the play. So Crabtree gets the touchdown.
Personal foul against the Wildcats will be assessed on the kickoff.
So that yardage will be assessed on the kickoff, and now Sophia Thomas on for the extra point. Lane with the hold. And the extra point is good by Thomas. And so we'll keep it right here, Ben. That was a good drive by this Muskie offensive line, and Crabtree especially carrying the load. They found something they liked, and they were able to finally punch one into the end zone on offense.
Well, and you bring in the young sophomore quarterback, you throw the ball a little bit. Even though they're not completed, the defense says, hey, listen, they're going to throw the ball. We got to loosen up a little bit, play a little bit more honest. And then you get that ball to Crabtree, and the senior running hard, continuing to fight, continuing to compete, has a great little series there and punches the ball in for the Muskies.
And so with the 15-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff, the Muskies will now be kicking off from the north 45-yard line. And now north is going to the wrong side.
Yeah, a lot of confusion tonight on sides for kickoff here. Not the first time.
Now, if you're the Muskies, you go onside kick here.
100%. I'd probably go onside kick here even without it.
But absolutely with even with
and they're probably going onside kick because that's why it's taking so long.
Yeah, they're getting personnel lined up too.
Coach Krieger getting guys sorted out.
So Parker Green will do the kicking here for the Muskies. And you have to have, is it 5 per side now?
I think it's 4. I think you have to have at least 4 on a side.
North anticipating the onside kick as well with their formation. Parker Green kicks it, fielded by number 12, which we don't have a number 12 on our program. So the ever elusive player,
Lynn Dickey, number 12.
So it'll be first down for the Wildcats. And a new quarterback into the ball game. That's number 10, Braden Alger.
I told you, you don't give that ball, you're not getting another chance. You're out. We're not getting you hurt.
Alger to Strohmeyer. Gain of about 5 on first down. Beatty with the tackle. Now Paul Henry comes off for the Muskies.
On the 39, 2nd and 4.
So 2nd and 4 now for the Wildcats, who are now going in their 4-minute offense where they're breaking the huddle with 15 seconds on the play clock. Give us to Strohmeyer, who's met in the backfield by Becerra. So no gain on the play as the Muskie defensive front does their job. Under 3 to go here in the fourth quarter.
39, 3rd and 4.
Third down here for the Wildcats. Boy, the inclusion of these play clocks on the stadiums now has made this part of the game so much easier to manage for quarterbacks.
And head coaches.
Gives to Strohmeyer, who breaks a tackle and uses the umpire as a block, and he's across midfield.
Owen Strohmeyer, the ball carrier. He's tackled by Creed Burkhofer.
Burkhofer with the tackle.
And it's a Wildcat, first down.
So 1st and 10 at the Muskie 48.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have stopwatches, and I mean,
I used to.
Old Jake Mueller used to be was a nervous Nelly, even with the play clock.
Give us to number 11, William Taylor. So a gain of about 7 on first down.
Just across the non-marked midfield line.
2nd and 3. Again, a huge thank you to John McBride, the new girls basketball coach, who came in and told us about the free girls basketball camp. And it's grades 2nd through 8th. That's going to be on November 6th. You can find more information on that in the Discover Muscatine as Taylor takes it off right tackle. He goes out, he's pushed out of bounds by Adams.
Knocked out of bounds by Daniel Adams.
Got to write that down.
Yeah, you've got a few participants in those age groups.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the 30-yard line. Alger, quarterback. High snap, gives it to Taylor. It's going off the left side. As Taylor is brought down after a short gain.
Nice job by Hardy. Stretch that play out and make the tackle. Kids had a very nice game defensively.
2nd and 7. Just we're under 30 seconds to play. There is about a half-second differential between the play clock and the game clock.
Looks like that's going to do it.
And they do not need to snap the ball again here.
I mean, theoretically they do.
Yeah.
Does not appear they're going to. I
think it's like 0.3 is the difference.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And they.
Confusion reigns. Confusion reigns. Oh, well, we go to the zeros. Okay.
Oh no, they're calling a delay of game. Our ever studious back judge calls the delay of game.
Yeah, that was the right call. That was the right call. They are going to make them snap it.
Make it 2nd and 12. The chains have given up. But
Yeah, mass confusion. Dogs and cats living together.
As Alger takes a knee, and that will do it as the North Wildcats defeat the Muscatine Muskies 34-13. We'll be back to put a bow on this one during our Hy-Vee post-game show after this quick break.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back as the Muskies fall 34-13, or 13, excuse me, to Davenport North. The Muskies move to 0-8 on the season, and the Wildcats move to 4-4, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Ben, this is the Hy-Vee post-game show. And the Muskies, though, scoreboard looked much worse than what this game was. 5 turnovers for the Muskies, created some short fields, and just really prevented some scoring opportunities for the Muskies. But it was a much more promising effort, and the defense really did a nice job tonight when they were given the opportunity, and that's going to bring our Eastern Iowa Power Washers defensive player of the game. Who'd you have for our defensive player of the game?
Yeah, for me, I thought tonight Luke Hardy, number 3, played a little bit of cornerback, then moved in this game, appeared to play some outside linebacker. Nice job coming off the blitz, disrupting some plays in the backfield, putting North under some duress. And I just thought the junior was very active tonight all over the field. They were able to do some different things with him, played really hard, and really stood out to me as a guy who was a difference maker and was put into some positions to be successful and took advantage of that and was successful out there for the Muskies.
And our affordable metal manufacturing offensive player of the game, I thought Nolan Raker, who came in the second half and played quarterback for the Muskies. The offense really started to have a little bit more rhythm. Darnell Thompson did a fantastic job in the first half, but it just seemed that there was a little bit more respect of his ability to pass the ball from the quarterback position, and the Muscatine offense able to get into the end zone. Crabtree had the touchdown run, but Raker's management of the offense, I think, really provided for that, and that's why he is our affordable metal manufacturing offensive player of the game. But our play of the game, presented by Bear of Muscatine, was the 98-yard interception return for a touchdown by Darnell Thompson. Thought for a second that was going to be the catalyst to push Muscatine forward in this game, but great play by the sophomore.
Well, and he deserved it. I mean, he'd done such a tremendous job, to your point, offensively, the first 2 drives before that of marching the Muskies down and them not quite being able to punch it in. I was glad to see that it was him. Great job jumping the route, got out there, the ball flowed a little, he picked it, took off down the field. Got to give some props to Paul Henry,
yes,
who hustled all the way down, made a critical block when it looked like Darnell might not quite get in. Great block. Darnell took advantage of that, got to the house. Big moment for the Muskies. A lot of excitement here for the coaches, the home crowd. It was great to see. And again, felt like it was going to your point, swing the momentum a little bit. You just, as we've talked about, and anybody who watches any amount of football knows, you can't put the ball on the ground 5 times and have it get picked up by the other team 5 times and expect to win. And that was the difference tonight. You know, you get some points out of those trips into the red zone or near the red zone where we fumbled, and this is a whole different ball game. Going to try and clean those things up. Got to work a little bit on ball security. A couple times, to your, especially those later fumbles were just nice defensive plays.
Yeah.
Guys putting hat on the ball and knocking it loose. That's going to happen a little, but just hard. And sometimes it feels like you kind of get into a little bit of a slump here, and the breaks just don't go your way, and some things just kind of bounce the way a way you wish they wouldn't. But overall, I've just been so impressed with the effort the coaching staff and especially the boys have demonstrated all season long. We've not seen any quit. We've not seen heads down. We've not seen guys sort of getting mad at each other. It seemed very positive and great effort. And even here into the last couple series, guys still going hard. Mason Crabtree running the ball hard down the field, scoring a touchdown, offensive line blocking for him, guys on defense coming up making tackles. So great effort, great heart out of this team. Really hope to see some success for them next week.
Yeah, they find their way back on the friendly confines of the newly renovated Muscatine Stadium.
Oh, we don't have an hour and 45-minute road trip next week?
Nope, we're good. We're back here hosting
great.
Davenport West. The Falcons come in next week as we wrap up the Muskie football season next week with the Falcons. A good night tonight of football. Unfortunately for the Muskies, just unable to get that win. And Davenport North fighting for that chance for their first ever playoff berth in Class 5A because it's the first year for Class 5A. And so that's going to do it for us tonight. I'm Joel Kraushaar. This is the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. For my partner, Ben Nietzel. Good night.